card database. Maxim.
Including more Alakazam.
Yeah, including more Alakazam, which actually has one of the first hit and run style attacks in the game. I think it's the first actually.
Which is nice because there's 3 retreat cost.
Yeah. Alright, so I need to go in Team Rocket, which was released like 2 months after the set that we've just pulled. Kind of funny. Alright, view card list. This set changes everything, and not necessarily always for the better, but for the most part, it is. So, Team Rocket is the introduction of the Dark Pokemon. This is not the last time that we see this mechanic, but it is the most prominent time. There's some of these in one set in the Gen 2 stuff as well, that sort of build on this. The light stuff comes in that set later on, so there's no light Pokemon in here. Only darkness. And the gimmick with dark Pokemon in general, they have lower HP than most of the time than their typical counterparts, but they generally have much stronger attacks and or abilities to play on here as well. So there's some very, very good stuff here.
That Charizard is...
Oh yeah, that Charizard is scary. Just like the Jungle and the Fossil sets, most of the rares are also hollows here as well. But I think unlike the other ones, not everything that is a rare is also a hollow.
Oh good, they have
way around.
Claws on Dark Machamp, so it's not stupid.
Yeah. So...
That would be bad.
Yeah. So, going through some of the stuff in order here. We have the Dark Alakazam. It's only 60 HP on the stage 2, so it's the same as the Kabutops that way. But unlike the Kabutops, it's actually a decent bit stronger. Before I go over the Alakazam though, the Kadabra is worth noting in its own right. Yeah, it only has the 50 HP, but it has an ability that lets you discard a card from your hand to draw a card. So it helps with consistency as well. So the Dark Alakazam...
30 is also not bad.
Yeah, and it doesn't apply...
If it doesn't have weakness.
Yeah, it doesn't apply weakness, but it doesn't apply resistance either. So it's a flat 2 for 30 on everything, including the usual Psychic resist that we've been plagued by. But yeah, this card is great. Yep. This card is great because of the consistency though. Like, you might not even need to play the Alakazam if you're playing other like Psychic stuff anyway, because you just get to go through the deck faster with this one. It's really good. And then, oh, I guess I need to do that. Okay, I keep forgetting that when you click a card on this thing, it doesn't actually open a new tab.
On a separate tab and
yeah, so I'll remember for next time. So the Alakazam itself, it does take 3 energy for both of its attacks, but it's got the 3 energy, 40 damage, don't apply weakness and resistance. A little bit expensive being all colored, but then again, this thing is 2 colored minimum anyway, so it's kind of whatever. But Teleport Blast is pretty good. Doing 30 damage and then switching to the bench means the opponent has to have a Gust of Wind card in order to bring you up to attack you again, right? You're preserving your energy as well as doing some damage. Also,
and if you use the aforementioned Dodrio Dragonite combo, you can just keep dancing around and dealing damage.
Yeah, so you can bring out a huge tank as your switch out here, and then as you say, Dodrio thing. It's very, very difficult to build that in because that's 2 stage 2 and a stage 1 in like the same deck. But even if you just use like the bunch of Ciphers and other 0 retreat cost cards, right? Or 1 retreat and Dodrio, you know, you could play 1 or 2 Dodrio with this, right? And just play some low retreat but high HP stuff. It's good. Like, it's definitely a very respectable card, especially when you consider some of the control tools that are in here as well to stop it from necessarily being dragged out every single turn. The Arbok's not really too worth going over. I mean, its attacks are just way too expensive, but we'll go over it anyway for completeness. 2 grass energy, 10 snipe to something, and it stops their ability from working next turn. Great if it was colorless, but it's double grass, that's kind of way too much. And then 3 grass energy, 10 damage to everything, and poison on the active.
If that was toxic, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But then again, I don't know. 60 HP on the stage 1 is actually the same as the regular Arbok, but both of them are terrible. So, doesn't really matter. Blastoise is super good. Yeah, 70 HP on the stage 2 is like super low. Again, these things are low HP but high damage. Hydro Cannon hits all the right numbers for every energy count that you could want. 2 energy 30 damage is about the standard. 3 energy 50 damage is really good. This is like Gyarados or Dugong type thing. 4 energy 70 damage is kind of insane actually. Even like most 4 energy attacks, you saw the Venusaur Solar Beam is like 60 for the same cost, right? But this is more versatile because you can use it at earlier stages too. It's not just a 4 energy attack.
You can also run this with the other Blastoise.
Yes, that is something which I have done on the on TCG2, the Japanese exclusive one. I have run double Blastoise in that. It's pretty cool. Also, it has Rocket Tackle. It does do a little bit of damage to itself, but it has a pseudo agility aspect here that it can potentially stop damage done to it as well.
That's also not hard to get running.
No, it really isn't.
Scyther runs the same exact attack for the same sort of energy cost.
Yep, so definitely not too bad to do. Very, very strong card. And the Wartortle, the base Wartortle, like not the Dark one. The Dark one's pretty bad, but the base Wartortle has the same attack cost and damage as well. So double Colorless Energy is totally playable with these, right? Because the Wartortle doing 40 for 2 is perfectly fine as well. So
I'd be up for running
Yeah, you have the breeders and potentially the Blastoise, which I don't have. Yeah. You have the breeders for it. I think it's not unviable. I
also have the regular Blastoise for it.
Yes, so you've got more tools than I do for that. Charizard is...
I have 3 regular Blastoise.
Wow, dude, okay. I'm surprised you didn't play Blastoise instead of Venusaur last round, but I guess
I wanted to have fun with Venusaur.
I don't blame you. Venusaur Executor is cool. Alright, Dark Charizard is very, very scary with its attack because potentially this can do like
100 for 2.
Yeah. You flip coins. It really is. You flip coins equal to the fire energy on it. It does 50 times number of heads, and then you've got to discard as many energy as you flipped heads. So it actually can do the same amount of damage as regular Charizard for half the energy cost, but it's not guaranteed.
Even if they resist fire, that's 70.
Right, and fire is never resisted, so it will always do that 100 damage. It also has slightly more HP than most of the other Dartmon. I think it's all the other Dartmons to kind of go in line with the regular Zard. It is 40 less HP than the regular Charizard, mind you, but I mean, you're quite a bit more efficient here. So, I mean, the Nail Flick is kind of useless, but it's still like sometimes you kind of want that though. You don't necessarily always need that that damage like to finish things off.
Even 10 can be pressure.
Yeah. Dark Dragonite is pretty awesome, but to go through that, we've got to go through the Dark Dragonair first, because the Dragonair is actually very meaningful. This is one thing that kind of separates a lot of these old evolution stuff from the newer ones, right? Not so many newer evolution lines are actually good until the... It's pretty, yeah. Not so many new evolutions actually are that useful. Like Inteleon is used at the moment because the Drizzile is amazing, as well as the Inteleon being really good. You don't really see that so much nowadays. However, stuff like Dark Dragonair here is insane. Once per turn, search for an evolution card out your deck. No cost.
Trader.
You can trade her afterwards to get a basic, yes.
Yeah,
so
it's basically acting like a free trader.
So you can kind of see this is one that is insane. Its attack is also not awful. Like, it's a little bit expensive, sure, especially on 60 HP, right? But no weakness kind of makes up for it. Psychic resistance is alright. 20 damage plus 20 more if you flip a heads. It's fine, right? It's a decent enough attack, but its ability is really where it comes in. And you could play this in any deck, right? This is not search for a dark evolution. Or like a dark Pokemon or anything.
And it would still be really good if it was.
Yeah. This is search for anything. And it plays very well with the Dark Dragonite. That's why we had to look at that one first. Because the Dark Dragonite, when you evolve into it, puts 2 basics from your deck onto your bench. So you can play the Dragonair, search out all the stuff. It can search the Dragonite, by the way. You can search out all the stuff that you want to evolve into in the future turns. And then slam the Dragonite down, get the basics out, and you can start evolving them in your, like, future turns afterwards, right? And God forbid if you get 2 of the Dragonair down because you're searching out so much stuff of it. It's like, this is the biggest consistency engine we've seen so far in the game, and their attacks are not totally awful. This is the...
74 flip is...
It's a flip. Yeah, it's a tough one because it's a single flip, but unlike the Dragonite I just used, it's 70 for basically 2 energy if you put DCs on it, right? But it's 70 on 1 flip rather than 40 for 2 flips. Slightly lower ceiling, but it hits basically just as often, and for the amount of the average luck that you would get, right, it should do about the same damage, realistically. But that 70 in one shot is enough to one-hit KO just about everything that we've been using.
That isn't the Zard.
Yes. So, and then 1+ power could technically get that. But this KOs every single Haymaker card, except the Lickitung, I guess, and the Kangaskhan, but we get there. This KOs like everything that's been attacking in the format. So don't underestimate it. Like, it is expensive and it is a bit low HP, but definitely do not underestimate this thing and its setup engine. Very, very powerful card. Then we got the Dugtrio. You liked this one earlier on, so I don't know if do you want to go over this one?
Well, this thing has its ability as Sinkhole, so whenever you want to retreat, say you're running the old Dragonite, Dodrio combo, they have to flip a coin every time they want to do that. If it's a Tails, they'll take 20 damage regardless.
Yep.
So every time they want to move anything that's a 50, they take 20. And Knockdown is just really good for 2 energy, even 2 colored energy, because it's potentially 40, but it's always going to be at least 20.
Yeah. And the key thing with Sinkhole is that it stacks, right? Because it doesn't say anywhere on this thing that you can only use this once per turn. So they could be taking up
to, say, 80 every time they wanted to retreat, theoretically.
The only catch with this thing is 50 HP is really, really low on the stage 1.
Yeah.
Right? Especially if you're going to actually try and attack with it. But, like, 50...
it does resist Thunder, at least, so it's...
Yes, yeah.
That is the thing.
And the Diglett's
Scythe are weak, but...
Yeah, but Cypher's not the quickest thing to set up, as we found out. The Digletts also always have 0 retreat, so that's something worth noting as well. There's a 40 HP Diglett in this set if you don't want to run the risk of +power jab on turn 1, so that's fine.
Well, the other Diglett's still really good, even though it is 30 health.
Yeah, it is. It does a lot of damage, so
and
that's
another
always
Golbat.
Good. Alright, yeah, so Dark Golbat here, there's a couple of reasons why this is important. The first one is because it does technically evolve in the Gen 2 sets later on. I know there is a Dark Crobat, I don't know if it's any good, but I know there is one. I think it is actually, because I think it's got the same sort of ability as this.
Does it have to evolve from a Dark Golbat, or
yes.
can it just evolve from
the same idea as the same idea as like the Dark Blastoise has to evolve from the Dark Wartortle.
Alright, just making sure.
Okay, yeah, apparently the Crobat's got this same ability, but it does 20 instead. That's the same idea as the Golbat Crobat from the XY era actually did this same sort of thing. So that was 2 and 3 damage counters, but whatever. When you play this thing from your hand, you snipe 10 damage on one of the opponent's Pokemon. This is not actually applying weakness and resistance, that is an incorrect translation, though it will not apply weakness when we do this, so... Nothing resists grass at the moment, so it's fine in that aspect right now, but it will not apply weakness.
Yeah, be more.
Yeah, so it's just a flat, you evolve this, you do 10 damage to something. For 2 grass energy, you snipe 20 on something, which is not awful. You can pick stuff off on the bench without using Gust of Wind, which is important considering some of the other stuff we'll be talking about in this set. Not having to rely on Gust of Wind to do damage to the bench is going to be good. So don't underestimate Golbat, it does come in. That 10 damage has always been good, no matter how it comes in. Gyarados is pretty bad, unfortunately, though. Its attack is whatever, like, compared to the regular Gyarados, this does have a paralysis chance for the same energy cost, but it's minus 20 damage and minus 30 HP, so kind of bad. If it gets knocked out by an attack, you might get up to 60 damage on the opponent with its attack here, its final beam, but that's on the coin toss. And I don't know about you, but I don't particularly want to lose free energy on a mediocre attacker for a coin toss effect on that, you know?
Yeah, no thank you.
If you're gonna play this attack, you play Articuno, because it's a basic, it's got no weakness, it's got the same attack.
Thankfully, I really like this card.
Yeah. A lot of the cards are quite pretty here, and the next one is relatively good. Yeah, Dart Hypno is interesting. Very, very fun against the Wigglytuff style stuff. 60 HP instead of the 90 that the regular Hypno has, but that's kind of whatever. 20 for a Psychic is better than most stuff that we've... like, Hypno doesn't really tend to do that very much. Need to talk about the Drowsy in the set too, but let's go over the bench manipulation here. It's almost like it's a cross between Explosion and a reverse Do the Wave. The opponent has to flip coins equal to the number of stuff on their bench. It does 20 damage times the number of tails that they flip. Doesn't apply weakness and resistance. So it goes through the Dragonairs and stuff like that.
And the Wigglytuff. This
Yes.
is very anti-Wigglytuff.
It is, and the only problem is it dies in one hit to Wigglytuff itself, so...
Yeah.
It's rough, but it is still pretty fun, at the very least. It's not a bad card in the slightest. It's a little expensive, but, you know, if we're stalling stuff enough here, which we can do, I think it's definitely possible to get it set up. The Machamp I don't like too much. Oh, I guess I said we were going to go over the Drowsy. Yeah, because the Drowsy is actually important to go over too. Again, a lot of these evolving setup ones are actually really good here, because the Drowsy is another stalling type tool. Once per turn before you attack, you may flip a coin. If heads, the opponent is asleep. If tails, your active is asleep. This can be used off the bench, obviously. So this would actually have been pretty ideal in the deck that I just played, right, in the previous round, because if I flip and put myself to sleep, who cares? Like, bring Dragonite in. That's kind of the whole point, right? So... it's funny if you can get around it that way, but it also might just put the opponent to sleep in addition to whatever else you're doing that turn. And you can flip once for every Drowsy on your bench. So, Hypno is not actually a bad option in that aspect. I guess if we're going over the Machamp, we should maybe talk about the Machoke first. This isn't quite as crazy as some of the other ones here.
I like the Machoke better than the Machamp.
Yeah. It takes free energy to do anything here, but you can either do 20 damage and switch the opponent before you do damage, or you do 30 damage and then force the opponent to switch afterwards. It's like Whirlwind in that aspect. But the fact that you can actually bring out one of their Pokemon first and do 20 damage to it, it's the same idea as like the Golbat stuff, right? You can pull things off of the bench which have retreated because they're at very low health, and then, you know, kill them for it. So...
or drag something in that's weak to fighting.
Yes. Also really good if the opponent is playing Cypher up front, right? Because they're resistant to that, but you switch out their Pokemon before you do the damage. So you actually kind of bypass their resistance for a little bit. Unlike the second attack, which does the damage first, so it would do nothing, and then force the switch. So, yeah, that's kind of neat. Then the Machamp itself, as you say, is not amazing. 2 for 30 is fine, but unlike the Blastoise, it doesn't do any more than that, so it's kind of meh. And then 3 fighting and a colorless energy. Shuffle the opponent's active into their deck. Can't be used if they have no bench Pokemon, so it is not a win condition in its own right. But it
would be funny, but no.
Would be funny. This is really kind of strong against very heavy setup stuff, but you've got to get 4 colored, basically 4 colored energy on here, right? Or 3 colored plus one of the 2 that we'll see down the bottom. Meh is all I can say to that.
Neat to expect.
Yep. Maybe as a 1 if you were playing Pokemon Breeder and you were playing the regular Machamp, but we don't have access to the regular Machamp because it's not in the base set. It's in the starter kit for it, so we never managed to get it. Dark Magneton, I remember you said this one was kind of interesting earlier.
Yeah, I like the second attack on it.
Yeah, so 60 HP, it's got the same general first attack as what the Fossil Magneton had. 20 damage, no weakness resistance. Unlike the Fossil Magneton, this is a double colorless energy rather than a lightning and a colorless. So I guess that's kind of neat. But, no, don't think so. 50 damage for 2 lightning is decent. And if the opponent's got basic energy attached to them, then you are forced to switch one of those with one of their benchmarks. You can charge up stuff that they don't really care about, which is interesting. Unfortunately, you are letting them keep energy in play, which...
it can still be quite disruptive.
Yes, disruptive if you're not killing them. So, that's not bad. But it's awkward, but it's a flat 30 for 2. That's alright, you know? And it is only a stage 1, so it's not too hard to get out. So yeah, that's fine. Dark Slowbro, on the other hand, oh boy, this card is good. We haven't had any recovery yet in the game, with the exception, I guess, of obviously Item Finder for trainers, and...
We haven't really had recovery for Pokemon.
Yeah, we haven't had recovery for much of it, yeah, as you say, for Pokemon. We've had energy, kind of, but like, yeah, no Pokemon recovery. You evolve into Dark Slowbro, and you take up to a total of 3 Pokemon out of your discard. When it says up, yeah, it's up to 3. So it's like basic and/or evolution. It means you can take a mix, but you only get 3 total from your discard and put them into your hand. Absolutely insane. Its attack is not awful either. Yeah, it's on a coin flip, but it's only for 2 Psychic, and it does 40. So... it's got the same amount of HP as a regular Slowbro has at the moment, so it's not even weaker in that aspect. This card is good, you know? Not much else to really say for it. It's definitely one of the hallmarks of this set. As is the next card. Oh boy, let's talk about Dark Vileplume. So, funnily enough...
better luck with this than Muck.
Yeah, hopefully. So, funnily enough, this card actually has a type like weakness for the rare version. It says it's weak to fighting, it's supposed to be weak to fire. That is corrected in TCG 1 as well, but we could just play the holo one anyway. It has the same sort of Pedal Dance attack as the one from Jungle, except it does a little bit less damage for the same thing, right? 3 coins, 30
It can also neuter its own abilities.
Yeah, so you don't attack with this thing ever. Because its ability is the same thing that Vileplume does, like, so many times in the TCG. No trainer cards can be played. Yeah. This is trainer lock, and that is everything. No oaks, no removals, no gust of wind, no item finder, comp search, nothing whilst this thing is out. You and your 4 breeders might actually be pretty scary with this, because you might be able to get this out a lot faster than I could. If you actually want it. The Gloom is kind of worth speaking about. If you get it, yeah. The Gloom is also worth speaking about, however, mostly because it has the same sort of thing as what the Dudaface, the Drowsy has, except this time it's Confusion. So once during your turn before you attack, you can flip a coin. If heads, the opponent is confused. If tails, you're confused. So you need a way to get rid of that confusion if it flips tails, but yeah, this card is kind of gross as well, because Confusion is very, very nasty at this stage.
It's also not the best attacker, but that's fine.
Yeah, 10 plus although Poison is okay, but for 2 Grass, yeah, probably not. Especially not on a 50 HP dude. The Oddish is kind of okay that way though. You can either auto Poison or auto Sleep for 1 Grass energy, so that's alright. But yeah, the evolutions are not attackers. However, they kind of don't need to be, because their abilities are disgusting. There's no other way of putting it. They're just completely gross. And then we get the last Darkmon for the main set here. There is a secret rare, but we'll talk about that later. Dark Weezing is not very good, to be honest. Its second attack is just too expensive at triple colored energy for the only 20 damage. Like, Heads Poison, Tails Paralysis. It's kind of funny that if Tails is Paralysis, that's usually the better effect. But, you know, whatever. Mass Explosion is fun, but not great. 20 damage times the number of Coughing, Wheezing, and Dark Wheezing in play, which does count your opponents as well. If you're, God forbid, you're in a Dark Wheezing mirror match. And it then does 20 damage to all of them as well. That 20 can be mitigated with Defender, but you have to have a Defender on every single one of your things that way, and that's just not happening. It also includes itself, obviously, so it goes down to 40 HP as well. No. It can potentially do a lot of damage, but it's also going to completely wreck your board. So, I don't see it. I guess you could meme with...
You could use it twice before you kill all your Coughing.
Sure.
Mitigation.
There's a 50 HP Coughing in the first set, so you could use it with that. You could meme with Venusaur and Pokemon Center, I suppose, if you really wanted to here, because Venusaur could Energy Trans all the stuff off, you can Pokemon Center heal you every turn. You could do that, but it would be extremely bad, and not really doing that much. 80 for 2 is kind of absurd, but the amount of self-damage that you're doing here is just not worth the setup and liability that you are at that point. If you play enough Defender, then maybe though, because this thing with a Defender on it does nothing to itself, and then, you know, does a lot of damage to the opponent. This is a possibility. It's not worth it. Too much deck setup for not enough of a payoff. Then we get Here Comes Team Rocket. Isn't a fun one. Each player has to play with their prize cards face up for the rest of the game, so both players get knowledge of what the prizes are. Good for you, so you know what you're drawing when you pick them up. Kinda bad because the opponent knows what you've got, but you also know their stuff, so you know, you can plan around it, which is quite good.
They also benefit from it for free.
Yeah, which... Yeah, I mean, it's not... Like, card advantage isn't necessarily the worst thing to, like, play around at the moment, but then again, we'll get to that because this next card is the one biggest concern in this entire set, if I'm being honest. Rocket Sneak Attack. Single-handedly almost ruined the entire game. This is not quite the Yadagarazu of Pokemon, but it's not far from it. Look at the opponent's hand. If they have any trainer cards, choose one of them, shuffle it back into their deck. Now, you might be thinking, why would you play this when you have Lass available that can shuffle all of them back? Because it doesn't affect you. You can still play, you play 4 of these in the thing, you get as many of these out as you can turn 1, and you shut down the opponent before they even get a chance to set up, and you aren't affected.
You've seen how bad I get trainer locked even without stuff like this.
Yup. And this is arguably worse than energy removal. Because energy removal stops you from attacking, sure, but you've got ways of recovering the stuff that way. This arguably will just stop you from actually playing the game. Why use that if you can have a Slowking? Because Slowking ain't out yet. Also, it's supposed to be active only. And will be active only when we play it on here, so we don't need to ban it because it's already been errated. Then we get Rainbow Energy, which is also pretty damn cool. This is the first instance of Rainbow Energy, and it is any energy that you want it to be. This will include Darkness and Metal Energy when we get to Gen 2, so that's cool. It is a rare and a holo in this set, so good luck, but it's definitely possible to get.
There is a non-holo version of it as well.
There is, so yeah, it's the same idea. Oh, I didn't even spin the wheel for the last one, I just realized. We'll do that later, doesn't matter. I just realized because I was thinking about the rare holo thing, it's like, I picked up the muck from being a holo last time round. It's like, wait, I didn't even spin for the last round. Oh well, doesn't matter. Yeah, so this can provide any energy, so those Haymaker decks that are playing like 4 different types of Pokemon in them, this can work for any one of the Pokemon. It does 10 damage to whatever you attach it to. That damage cannot be mitigated by Defender, by the way. It shouldn't be anyway, because it's not an attack. So Defender does specifically say damage from attacks, so you shouldn't be able to mitigate it with Defender. That was a misconception from me as a kid. So yeah, don't do that. But that's it's still like really good if you are playing multiple energy types in the one set, the one thing, right? Because you can use it for anything that you want, you know. Good stuff. Alright, so then all the rares I've said are basically the same thing. We can go over some of the uncommons. The Charmeleon can technically do 70 for 3 energy, which is kind of funny. but it needs to flip heads to do that, and it also discards one of the energy. But 70 for free, you know, that's pretty strong. So, too bad it's a 50 HP Pokemon, but you know, it's still pretty good. There is that to it. Dark Electrode is kind of interesting. Like, it does 30 for 2, and then you've got to move all the energy from the Electrode to your bench, so you're actually preserving the energy that's on it. That's fine if it's going to get KO'd next turn anyway. And let's face it, 60 HP fighting weakness, that's not unreasonable. So, yeah, it's okay. The Dark Flareon is kind of good. Like, its low HP is a problem, same with a lot of the evolution stuff here. But, like, Rage is not a bad attack for a single energy, right? We've seen the Dodrio has this for 3 energy, so having it for 1 energy is still quite good. And
this is a card you might almost want Tails more on heads.
Sure. Like, 2 fire for 30 is fine. 2 fire for 50 and discard a fire is actually really strong, though. Think of this as like Flamethrower, but for 1 less energy. And you don't always have to discard. So, this card is good. Like, 50 for 2 energy is insane, right? It's just low HP. But it benefits from being an Eevee, because, like an evolution, because they're all going to evolve from the same sort of setup. So,
I like the Jolteon.
I like the Jolteon as well. I played this quite a lot in the past. 20 damage smokescreen style effect for 1 energy is super good. Thunder attack is fine, like 30 plus paralysis on heads, or 10 damage to yourself on tails. So it's kind of like a cross of Electabuzz's attacks, but it's a bit more expensive, right? But that first attack is kind of worth it on its own. Right, you probably don't play that many lightning energy for this thing, but you can use it with the other evolutions and just like tech it, right? Because it only takes 1 lightning for its best attack. So that's kind of good. The Golduck is really good as well. I haven't really mentioned the Psyducks that much yet, but like, there was the Psyduck in Fossil that for a Psychic Energy stopped trainer cards being played next turn. And
I assume this is counting as water damage instead of actual psychic damage.
It
which is the neat trick.
It is, and that's what makes it good, because water's not resisted by anything right now. You can play this in a psychic deck and have a different type coverage, is one of the big things. But it also just does 50 for free, right? Which is good. Its first attack is fine, but vulnerable to removal, because, like, you know, if you're removing your own energy, you're probably going to suffer quite a bit in the end with that if you're not locking them out of items as well, I guess. But, like, discard an energy, draw 3, up to 3. You know, you don't have to draw 3 if you're going to deck out doing that, but why are you playing Third Eye if you're going to deck out off it? I don't know, but I ain't going to judge. But yeah, it's a water type that does 50 for free energy on Psychic decks, so that's really good. But also, the Psyduck from this set draws a card for a Psychic Energy. It's like Kangaskhan, but on an evolving Pokemon. So that is also really good. And you can play the Train-a-Lot one from the previous set too, if you want to. So, like, the Golduck is good. Definitely excited on that one. The Muck I've played in a bit in the past as well. This one's not quite as good as the previous one, but it makes the opponent pay 2 more energy to retreat. So that's kind of cool.
It's a hard counter to Dodrio, basically.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Like, it mitigates Dodrio quite a bit. It makes Cypher a lot less reliable to retreat with, because it has a 2 energy retreat cost now. And 20 plus auto poison for 2 energy is actually pretty good. Like, that sort of effect is usually 3 energy, right? Think of the Tangela or the Ivysaur from the first set. Arbok also that. Or the Nidoking, yeah. Nidoking had double poison, to be fair, but But yeah, still, 20 plus auto poison adds up, right? That does hit the 30 for 2, which is the standard at the moment. So it's good, and it stops the opponent retreating quite so easily, so if they can't switch or full heal out of it, they're taking quite a bit of damage off of this. So yeah, don't underestimate it. It's actually quite good. It's a bit vulnerable to Psychic, right? But the Grimer has the paralysis attack from, at least the one from Fossil, has got the same tongue wrap style thing as what Lickitung has. So it's disruptive even in the base form. It's actually kind of good. Persian I'm not going to talk about because it's garbage. Dark Primeape is interesting. Go on?
The Porygon card is cute.
Oh, the Porygon is so cute, yeah. Slow will be happy with that one. Dark Primeape is cool. Like, it does 40 for 2 guaranteed. It confuses itself, though, which is hit and miss.
Not necessarily the worst thing for it.
So, if Dark Primeape is confused, one of the very few abilities that works whilst you are confused, it does 30 more damage. The catch is that, even to itself, it does 30 more damage. However, if you are lucky enough to flip heads whilst this thing is confused, you are doing 70 damage for 2 energy. Which is
disgusting.
It's absolutely disgusting. So,
especially for one that costs no energy to discard.
Yes. So, yeah, on the stage 1 too. And the Mankey is even quite good because it has a 20 plus 20 on a coin flip for 2 energies. So, yeah, even the Mankey is actually good out of this line. So, yeah, Dark Primeape is very interesting for sure.
We also have another really good Rapidash.
Yes, I was about to go with that. The Rapidash is nice, because, yeah, double colorless, 20 damage, that's fine. This is basically a bigger regular Ponyta from the base set, right? Because it does the 20 for the double colorless, it does the 30 for 2 fire. However, if you discard a fire from this one, you can also do 10 to a bench. So a lot more bench damage is getting thrown around in this set compared to what we've seen before. Which is, again, making Gust of Wind potentially less necessary in some cases. Plus Power does not boost the bench damage, for the record. It only affects active Pokemon. So,
not a big fan of the Vaporeon.
Yeah, the Vaporeon I've used in the past a little bit, just because it hits like all colorless energy. So I used it with the Jolteon, I think, was the main one I wanted to play, and the Vaporeon was there to hit water damage because it's got the same sort of thing as what Cypher has, right? So the same 30 for 3 colorless. Whirlpool is good if you are playing dedicated water anyway, right? This is a little bit cheaper to play than Dragonair, right? Or the Poliwrath has got the same sort of thing.
Golduck, I think, has...
Golduck has got the same attack, yeah, the 2 water and the colorless Hyper Beam. It's the same sort of thing off of it. I guess the difference really is that this is playing with EVs instead, right? So you can play different types a bit more easily.
Slightly different question.
Go for it.
Can you evolve a regular Blastoise off a Dark Wartortle?
No.
Okay.
The Dark Evolutions are a separate line entirely. As it says in the top corner for the Blastoise, it's evolves from Dark Wartortle, specifically. So.
No, I was just wondering if you could evolve the regular Blastoise off the Dark Wartortle.
No, unfortunately. They are
always a good thing to make sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate and kind of fortunate at the same time. Because these are named differently, you can have 4 copies of, say, a Dark Slowbro and a regular Slowbro in the same set. You can only have the 4 Slowpoke, but you can have more than 4 in total between the 2 evolution types, because they are separate Pokemon entirely.
I was wondering that, because I know, obviously, with Yu-Gi-Oh! There's the Harpy archetype, where so many different cards are treated as Harpy Lady, or Harpy's Pet Dragon is another major one that has multiple cards that are sort of treated the similar way.
Yep. Yeah, they messed up with the original Harpies because they said the name is always treated as Harpy Lady, but here, no, they are separate names, so they count as separate amounts.
No worries. Always good to ask when you're not sure.
Absolutely. The Magikarp is somewhat interesting just because it's technically better than the other one. If you can get free energy on this thing, you can evolve it straight up, but just play the Dragonair and stuff and search it out the deck, right? Be a lot easier. As you say, the Porygon is cute. It can change the opponent's weakness still, like the first one can, but unlike the first one, it can actually do some damage too. Just takes a lot of energy to do it for a 40 HP mon. 20 plus Confusion is alright though. 0 Retreat is okay. Dying to a single jab is not okay though, so
that's a problem with a lot of basic normal types.
Yep, unfortunately.
Even the fatter normal types don't like that.
No. So then we have the Abra. This Abra trades...
also cute.
It's also kind of cute, yeah. It trades retreat cost. It has 1 retreat instead of 0 compared to the base Abra, but it has plus 10 HP. And also technically has an attack. Yeah, it can scoop itself. So technically it's a little better probably. There aren't too many times where you'd be using the 0 retreat part of it, I guess, and not dying to a plus power jab turn 1 is pretty good. So I don't know, I'd rather play this one, to be honest. This Charmander is actually really good too. Yeah, it's only 40 HP instead of the 50 that they'd normally have.
That's a good attack.
It's a good attack, yeah. 20 for 1 is the standard that you'd want, especially on these sort of evolving things. And its ability lets you get any amount of fire energy that's on your field onto this Charmander. Imagine having set your field up for a few turns. You've played this Charmander down.
Breeder.
Yep. You played this Charmander down last turn, you gather up all your fire energy onto it the turn after, Breeder, Charizard, bang. You know, whichever Charizard you play. Very cool. So, yeah, this one's neat. I mentioned the Diglett before, it's again 40 HP instead of 30.
We didn't mention the Raticate though.
I didn't mention the Raticate, no. It's okay. The Rattata I think is more interesting, because the Rattata actually has a prize manipulation thing. I don't think we see this mechanic again for a fair while, but yeah, once per turn you may switch one of your prizes with the top card of your deck. So, if you've used Here Comes Team Rocket, you can actually choose whichever card you put into your hand. Not put into your hand, put on top of the deck, which you would then draw, I presume, with Bill or something, right? And yeah, your top card from the deck then goes into the prizes instead, which is cool. It's also still got Zero Retreat too, which is quite nice. Its attack is slightly less potent because you have to flip heads in order to do 20, but I mean, it's fine, right? And the actual Raticate itself is super basic. It's like 50 HP, 20 damage for 2 energy, 50 if you flip heads for 3 energy. Technically, it's not the worst out there, but
we've seen worse cards.
We have, because it is 50 for like any 2 energy. That is really good, but you need to flip heads. So, I don't know, Chief. I'm not as impressed, I'll say. The Dratini is very cute, and also takes 1 more energy, but gives a paralysis chance to its attack. Is that better or worse? It depends on the situation. You can double colorless it, and that would be great, but if you don't have DC, you're not going to get any damage off. If I had this one instead of the Pound one in our last match, I think I wouldn't have been able to KO that Cypher. So,
no,
it's good and bad. It really depends. Same for the Eevee.
Whichever one you want more.
Yeah, I think so. Same for the Eevee. It trades off 10 HP, so it does get one-shot by a regular jab, unfortunately. But in response to that, you get a double colorless Sand Attack, which, again, depending on the situation, could be better or worse. Most of the Eevees do take colored energy at this point, though, so unless you're like playing Dark Vaporeon plus, I guess, relying on quick attacks or whatever, that double colorless is probably better spent on other cards. But I mean, Sand Attack is still Sand Attack. It's still really good, so
this Grimer could be quite.
Yeah, so this Grimer is also an errata card. It's not supposed to put you to sleep with poison gas. It's supposed to poison you. So it does actually poison.
The second attack is also quite significant.
The second attack on this thing is gross, but I don't think it's worth playing over the Fossil Grimer. Because the Fossil one is just a straight 10 damage for paralysis chance for 1 energy of any type. I feel like
this is a card that is at the third arc.
Yeah, I feel like this also got changed a little bit, because I think the original card art had the eyes looking a little bit. I remember that, yeah. It had the eyes looking in a bit of a worse direction than they are now, let's just put it that way.
I seem to remember that being... Yeah.
Typical Japanese style thing of it, yeah. The Ekans is quite good for an Ekans, right? Like, it's, you know, straight decent HP count, better than the other one. 2 grass poison chance on 20 damage, like...
Pretty standard snack.
Yeah, too bad the R-Box will suck at the moment, but at least the Ekans is decent. The Machop is fine, I guess, if you're playing double colorless, but the Machokes never really use it, so I don't know. It's like the first attack is worse generally, but at least it could do a bit more damage. If you
like if it had maybe 10.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. The Magnemite's quite good. 2 energy, 10 damage, plus 10 more for every Magnemite evolution line that's on your bench. So it can technically do 40 for 2 if you set up properly. So, and we'll get to that. Because, yeah, that's actually not bad. And plus a straight DCE for 20 damage is okay as well. Like, the Magneton does, the Dart one does technically use double colorless as one of its options. So, it's okay, right? Like, it could actually be a damage engine in its own right. So, I don't know. As far as Magnemite goes, you could go a lot worse than that. Again, a lot of these low stage evolutions are actually quite good too. I mentioned the Mankey that can do 40 on a coin flip, or 20
Yeah,
regular.
this Mankey looks like it would be a pain in life.
Yeah, it's also zero retreat.
Just because shuffling your deck just at the whim of your opponent while you're getting it set up, that's just mean.
The bane of the Rattata if you can't actually draw the card immediately.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But, I mean, I guess you'd play Rattata with, like, Kangaskhan or something, right? So, or this Psyduck, which, as I said, draw a card, or if you're playing the Water Energy as well, it's, if you're playing more Water Focus, Water Gun is your standard Water Gun style thing. More damage if you have extra water on it, but, you know, you probably won't. But, draw a card for an energy. It's up to you whether that is better than Trainer Locking the opponent. I think a mix is probably the idea. The Slowpoke can attach, I believe it can attach a Psychic from the deck? Yeah, attaches a Psychic from the deck to itself, so if you put the Psychic on it to use that, that sets it up for next turn.
Card.
It is very cute, yeah. But that sets it up for the Slowbro next turn, right? You attach a Psychic to it, you get one from the deck, you've got 2 Psychic on you already, so you can just evolve next turn and still attach elsewhere. Really good. So yeah, and it's still 50 HP too. So that's so much better than the Slowpoke I played, right? Squirtle's okay. It trades in the paralysis chance, right, to rely a bit more on DCE, but it's also got 50 HP, so you can actually use this thing and not die to, you know, your next card without a plus power at least, which is the Voltorb. Way better than the previous one.
Voltorb.
Yeah, same HP, and it takes a lightning now, but it does 20 damage, which is the standard here. It's good. It's very good. Even the Zubat's good here. This is the Zubat you'd obviously play instead of the fossil one, right? It's standard. It's 10 and 20, right? But it's got 0 retreat, and it has a fighting resistance, so that automatically makes it better at the start, right?
Yeah.
And it evolves into a Pokemon that does snipe damage. So again, even the Zubat's good. So, yeah. And then we get the trainers, the rest of them at least. There aren't too many in here, but there are definitely a lot worth talking about, because I think with only one exception, every single one of these is actually... Okay, 2 exceptions. Every single one of these is good. Boss's Way is an evolution search, so long as you are searching for dark evolutions. Which, Dark Dragonair, you know, search out your Dragonair, evolve that, and then you can search whatever evolution you want after that. So, that's obviously stupid strong. Challenge is an essay in its own right, but we can go over it here. Ask your opponent if he or she accepts your challenge. If the opponent declines, or if both benches are full, important for future challenges, draw 2 cards. If the opponent accepts, each of you searches your deck for any number of basic Pokemon cards and puts them face down on the benches. And then after both players are finished, you place them face up. The reason you put them face down, obviously, is so that you can't just, like, counter bench, right? It's like, oh, you played your 1 Hitmonchan. I guess I'm bringing my Cypher out guaranteed, you know, or my Mewtwo out now or something, right? As the thing with it.
This card is going to be hilarious.
It is. This is going to eat into the build counts, I'm pretty sure, because it's very difficult to, like, try and build the decks with all of it here. Or maybe it won't. Who knows? We could just play everything with it, but very, very dangerous card, to say the least. I am super interested to see how this is going to play out. That's by far the most interesting one here. Digger is garbage. Don't even ever consider this one. Flip a coin. If tails, you do 10 to your active. If you flip heads, the opponent has to flip a coin, and if they flip tails, they do 10 to their active. You keep going until somebody flips tails.
This could theoretically go forever.
It could, and it would be very funny. But it basically reads, do 10 damage to your active, because you're never going to flip the heads when you actually want to. This is like the worst kind of plus power.
I won't.
You know what? Fair. But yeah, this is like the worst kind of plus power ever. I said that 10 damage is always important, right? But like this is the sort of time where it's really not.
This is not.
No, this is not that one. Imposter Oak's Revenge might be familiar to anyone who played Gen 6 stuff with this, because it's basically a slightly more expensive red card. Discard a card from your hand, your opponent shuffles their hand into their deck, draws 4 cards. So,
This can be a win con in its own right.
Yep. Think of this alongside Rocket Sneak Attack as another sort of thing with it. It's like, this is where the control tools start coming in. It's like, you shuffle them down to 4, you Rocket Sneak Attack them to get rid of whatever consistency trainer they have in their hand, and then what are they playing from there? It's very rough. This card is a menace, to say the least. One that is much needed, however, and is probably a 1 or 2 staple in like almost every list here, Nightly Garbage Run. It is Super Rod in more recent times. Choose up to 3 basic Pokemon evolution cards or basic energy. Combination of the 3, same thing as the Slowbro was. Put them into the deck. Shuffle up the deck. This does 2 things.
This might even outright replace your retrievals.
Yeah, it could do. You don't get the cards.
There's no discard for it.
Yeah, you don't get the cards into hand, so it probably will eat into the retrieval count a little bit. But yeah, there's no getting them into hand. But what you do is you play it so that you can get the cards back into the deck and you don't deck out. You can item find it as back, so long as you still got cards in hand and whatnot, you don't necessarily have to play too many of them. But this is recovery that we have not had yet. There's only really been like 2 other ways of getting cards back into the deck so far. One of them is to deliberately fail a Pokemon trader, which you can't do because you don't have them, sorry. And the other one is to play Maintenance, which shuffles 2 cards from your hand back to the deck and draws 1 card out.
Or if you're feeling particularly benevolent, Fluid of Necromancy, something for your opponent.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you'd be looking at using the Gust stuff for that, to kill that. I guess the other one is Mr. Fuji, right? Because you can shuffle one of your bench bonds and all cards attach back into the deck, but, like, that's tough. There's not been a lot of ways of recovering here. You can lash yourself, too, that's true. You did kind of do that. But you might also shuffle a ton of stuff from your opponent back in at that point, too. The other one here is Goop Gas Attack. All Pokemon powers start working. This is a one cycle muck, we'll say.
This is probably the one I'm going to have to be using.
Yeah. So this will stop powers from working. Unfortunately, you can't play this under Dark Valplume lock, so it's not perfect, but it will stop you from having to worry about other Pokemon powers for a turn. So that's quite nice. And then Sleep, I've mentioned this one once or twice in the past. It's kind of funny. This is the nerfed version of Hypnotoxic Laser that came out later on, so Birdus might like this one. Flip a coin if heads, the defended Pokemon is now asleep. That's all it does. Hypnotoxic Laser later on was one of the most busted cards ever because it poisoned automatically and had this effect. But this one just puts to sleep. There is technically a combo with this in Gen 2's stuff, but we'll get there when we get there. This would work with your Haunter, right? That 2 energy 50 damaging, because you could flip the heads on this, they're asleep, bam, hit them with a Dream Eater. This is what I was mentioning before. Like, it's not a good combo because it still relies on a coin toss, but at the very least, they don't have a chance to wake up first. So that's funny.
I don't think we're going back to that combo.
Nope, I don't think so either, but it would be funny. And then we've got 2 energy here as well. These both provide just colorless energy, but they are both quite good. I think full heal more than potion, but potion energy will heal a damage counter off of the Pokemon you attach it to. Full heal energy heals the status conditions. So this is another shot against the Lickitung that has come up before, right? Because now you can attach an energy and heal at the same time. Playing full heal by itself was not necessarily worth it, because like playing Switch if you didn't have a Zero Retreat card on the bench was awkward. Although Cypher obviously helps, but we didn't draw that many of them, right? Yeah, it's also good for the Lickitung, admittedly, because it does take a colorless energy, so you can use it to heal the paralysis the enemy Lickitung put on you. But it's mostly good against it, because you can attach as well as healing and, you know, do the wave against it, potentially. Who knows? And then lastly, the secret rare from this set.
I particularly mean Raichu.
Yeah, very mean Raichu. I actually had this in real life too. It's super fun. I think I had it from like the Legendary Collection set though, mostly, because this card is like supposed to be a 1 per box style rarity. So I think it might even be rarer than that. I don't know. Free Lightning Energy, 70 HP is still decent. Raichu had a lot of HP early on though, so this is still weaker in HP than the other two. But like Free Lightning, 30 damage. If you flip heads, you flip a second coin, and then do either 20 or 10 damage to all of the opponent's bench Pokemon, depending on your coin toss result. So you gotta flip the first one as heads, and then if you do, you get a good amount of damage out, especially if the opponent's maxed out the bench. So it can potentially do a ton of damage. It is 3 colored energy though, but we've seen there's a lot of control tools in this thing. So energy removal is still really good, but it might not actually
Electrode
be...
in this.
Yes! Get it in 1 turn. Yep. That's it. That's the play. There you go.
That implies that we get enough of these to actually consider running.
Well, you see, the fun thing, because it's only a stage 1, you could still play regular Raichus with that too. So
yeah.
Don't forget the I know it's a 1 extra lightning, but don't forget the fossil Raichu is disgusting too. Not quite that disgusting, but like 30 to the active and 10 to free bench is really quite good for a 90 HP Pokemon.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Since we're starting to move out of the fighting types or dominant sort of era.
Yep. There's a lot of resistance to them in this set as well. A lot of good stuff, and of course we are hitting them potentially for a one-shot with Dark Slowbro, right? Here's one of the things here, like that could actually just one-hit KO Hitmonchan. So you know, for 2 energy on something that's already really good. Yeah, in real life the Mewtwo promo also existed, which did change a lot of stuff here because that did hit 40 for free and also counted the energy removal meta quite a bit by taking energy out your discard and attaching it to itself. So it was basically impossible to keep down with energy removals and just did a ton of damage. But we don't have access to that, so yeah.
That sounds like a good thing.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it probably would hamper the energy removal stuff quite a lot though, so I don't know. Anyway, like I said, this set changes everything pretty much. This is a really, really good thing. I know I've spent a lot of time going through like every card in here, but I genuinely think that almost every single card in this set matters one way or another. There is so much that we can play out of this just by itself. This might actually be, obviously not necessarily of all the trainers, because base set can't be beat for that, but like as far as Pokemon goes, this might actually be one of the best sets that we've opened. Just depends what we can pull. So with that all said, we ready to give this one a shot?
Yep.
I do not have any decks prepared for this one because I know kind of what I want to target, but I didn't really feel like building anything for this because it just depends on what we pull as to what direction to go in. So
I have no idea either, so
yeah, so we might take a little bit more.
Blastoise would be nice, but that depends on getting something.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. So best of luck, buddy. I hope we get some fun stuff out of this one, and I will see you in a little while.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah, Dark Arbok is like one of the only exceptions, dude. Dark Arbok and Dark Weezing are like the only two that don't. And it sucks because those are the two that were the focus of the starter decks as well. So, okay. 36 packs of the Team Rocket set. Let's see what we can do. We need... The goal for this one is Dark Golduck. Dark Golduck and Dark Dragonair is the goal. So let's see it. Already got the Dragonair. The Golbat is really good too. I could splash Golbat into the set here, because doing that extra 10 damage might help. The Psyduck is fine. I actually think I want to play an even split of this one and the Headache one. Maybe actually focus on the Headache one, because denying trainers is very, very powerful, right? Second Dragonair instantly is really good. Dark Muck is also another interesting proposition. The Drowsy could be good if I get a couple of... I have like 2 Fossil Hypno, so like the Drowsy could be an interesting one. The Machamp obviously isn't really worth looking at, so we're not going to bother too much with that. taking its sweet time to load the stuff here. Please don't tell me the site has crashed. I mean, I'm still streaming. There we go. It's like I'm still streaming, so I don't think it's my end. Second Golbat, that's fine, so long as we don't get too many more of those, I think, at this point. Like, maybe one would be okay, but... the boss's way is good. Dark Rapidash is also an interesting enough one to go on, because this can help against the Cypher stuff as well. We've seen there's 3 Cypher on the other end, so... You know... Oh, this is gonna take a long time from here now, huh? I think Sai is saying it too. Yeah. Yep, packs are loading quite slowly on his end. It's the same for me. I really hope this is not just like a server shut, not shutdown, but like, I really hope that this isn't just gonna, it's gonna be so anticlimactic, isn't it? Because we can't switch to tabletop for this at the moment because Sai doesn't have it. Nintendo ninjas, ha ha ha. So how's everyone doing? If I wasn't doing this as a stream, this is the stuff that I would cut out here, but unfortunately, that is not the case. Bit peckish but can't be arsed cooking. I was told by Sai to eat pizza before starting this, so probably for the best. Man. This is not looking good. Yeah, this would have been a good pizza break. It's a bit muggy, but otherwise weather is decent here. It's not raining or anything, so I can't really complain. Huh. Yeah, it seems like it's locked up pretty much entirely. I've not had this problem with this set before. Just guess we Mario Kart instead. Nope. I'm curious to see if like a different set will load here. Like we did just play base 2, right? These are loading okay. Yeah, so it's the actual pack itself then. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna try restarting the, Yeah, we'll see. Maybe, maybe it will, it'll be alright. We were only like 4 packs in, it's not that big of a deal. Okay. Alright, so with any luck, let's just get through a couple of these and see. So we did get Dark Gyarados, just have to restart. We didn't get anything too ridiculous, other than the 2 Dragonairs straight away. Nothing too crazy, so I'm not like, you know, like that worried about it. Okay. It does seem like, so we have the Charizard. The Jolteon stuff there as well. Yeah, okay. He managed to complete his, so... If I can't, then I might well... I mean, I want to do it otherwise, but be rough. Okay, so... Yeah, 3 packs in. We have a Nightly Garbage Run, 2 Challenge instead of the 2 Dragonair at the moment this time. Potion Energy is good. Dark Slowbro is amazing. We don't have the Golbats anymore, but that's probably fine, to be honest. Let's keep going and get the Sneak Attack. Okay, yeah, this is working at the very least, and obviously we're actually getting better pulls off it this time, so whatever. Right. Keep going. Okay, I say we're getting better pulls. Gyarados is not one of them, so it's mostly better pulls, but whatever. Pack 6 in. Hypno. Okay, Golduck number 1. This is important. I need 4 of these. Hypno is interesting, though, because I could actually play like Golduck Hypno. Or potentially the Slowbro. But what I really want to do is Slowbro Golduck and Dragonair / Dragonite in this one. Dartmouth Champ is not going to be one of those. Challenge is good though. We've already got 3 of those. Vileplume. Okay. Whoa, this is a hell of a pack actually. Look at this. Dart Vileplume, Dart Dragonair, and Dart Golduck in the same pack. Holy hell, that's a good one. I don't need many more Slowbro either. Like 1 more Slowbro potentially. I could even just get away with 1, but like at most 2 Slowbro is what I'd want to play. So 2 Hypno, okay. Nightly Garbage Run's good too. Charmeleon can do a lot of damage. I did get the Charizard, so that is a consideration. Weezing's not great, but the Golduck is. I think that's the 3rd one now, so I think we're going to be fine in Dark Golduck terms. Golbat is good. I do want like 2 of these, I think. Just not necessarily for this round. But I definitely want some of them. As we go... Rainbow Energy is really good. I wasn't sure if we were going to get this, but that is fantastic. Okay, Dragonair is also very good. That should be the 2nd one, so that helps a lot. 2nd Rocket Sneak Attack. Are we really going to play the control shit out of here? Ooh, I don't know. Muck is also good. That could be a way forward. 2nd Golbat is nice. Potion Energy. I need the full heal energy as well, though. Challenge number 4, that's fine. Hypno number 3, I guess that's good. Oak's Revenge is fine. Let's keep on going. 2nd Dart Vileplume. So we have like the 2 options here then. I guess I want to play the Golduck stuff, but we could just play the full-on Denial package here. 2nd Slowbro is probably going to keep me on that line though. Let's be real. I don't have the breeder to like instantly play Vileplume, so I don't know how good that's actually going to be. There's the Dragonair. Magneton is an interesting one. I don't think I have a base set Magneton. That would be the main thing that I wouldn't think with that. But yeah, Golduck can work with all the Denial stuff too. So 3rd Golbat, okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The old Psyduck is. I'm probably going to be like a 3-1. I still kind of want to play 1 draw Psyduck, but I think the other one is mostly going to be better. Blastoise number 1. I don't have the regular Blastoise, so this is a bit of a tough sell for me. But, you know, it is still there. Gyarados number 3. Nobody cares about that one. It's not very good. Here comes Team Rocket. Okay, if I want to play that, I guess I can. 3rd Vileplume. Hey, here's the full heal energy though. 3rd Dart Vileplume. Jesus. Okay. Arbok's not really very good. We don't want that. There's a Dragonite. Just a 1 is all I really care for here. But there's a Dragonite. Because we're not going to need more than 1. I think this deck is piecing together quite well here. I think I need 1 more Golduck. Oh god, we got a Raichu. That's cool. I think I need 1 more Golduck for this to be maxed out. Right? And if I get that, that'd be great. Gyarados again. That's 4 of those now. But that's also like 3 of these, I think. Is it 3 or 4? I don't know. It's far too many anyway. Jesus Christ. Alright. I guess that's just what we're doing. There's the Golduck, there's the full heal. I think we're set. Rainbow Energy would be about the only other thing I'd want then. Dog Trio's good. Haven't picked up any of those yet. 4th Dark Golbat. I mean, why not? The extra damage could be good. Maybe we'll pull the Crobat later on, and it'll be a deck to play. 2nd Magneton. 4 more packs left to go. 2nd Dog Trio. Okay. Extra Dragonair just in case I didn't have it. Charizard number 2. I don't think we're playing Dark Charizard, to be honest. I don't see it out of this opening. Not even with 3 of them, dude. I don't see it. I mean, it would be fun, but I don't think it's the play here. And the 2nd Dragonite to round it off. Okay. This seems absurd, right? This seems really, really good. I didn't get the Alakazams and stuff like that, but I wouldn't want to play them anyway. I think I got pretty much everything I would have asked for, right? Maybe not enough full heal energy, but otherwise... We got the challenge, Dark Blastoise, whatever, 3 Dark Charizard, that's fine. All the Dragonair I could want, 2 Dragonite, which is good. 2 Dark Dog Trio if I wanted to play that kind of tech in a different deck. We have the full 4 Dark Golbat is really good. Did end up getting 5 Golbat, there was 1 in like the last pack or something, so that's fine. Dark Hypno if I did want to go down like a dual Hypno route, because the other thing to keep in mind here, Hypno itself is actually a really good control tool as well. Hypno lets me readjust the top 3 cards of either deck. So if I really wanted to, as a 90 HP stage 1, I could actually play Hypno as well here, right? I have so many of these Rocket Sneak attacks. We've got the 2 Slowbro as well, so that's great. 3 Vileplume, you wouldn't want to play anything with that. Yeah, kill the hand, lock the deck up. That's control in a nutshell. Only 2 full heal energy. This might be slightly low, but I think 2 is just about okay. I would have liked 1 more, but I think we're okay with that. Here comes Team Rocket's fine. The Imposter Oak is good enough. Like 3 is probably too many anyway. Gotta remember the Item Finder as a card in these things. Same with the Nightly Garbage Run. 2 at most is what you would want. Lots of Potion. The 1 Rainbow Energy. 3 Rocket Sneak Attack. Three Rockets Sneak Attack. 2 Boss's Way is fine. We boss for the Dragonair anyway, so I think that's like 100%. We just boss the Dragonair and search from there. So honestly, Boss's Way at 2 of is more than enough. Remember, I have triple Pokemon Trader as well, so I probably wouldn't want to play more than 2 boss. How the hell am I building out of this is the question I have to ask myself now. Because my god, there is a lot of stuff to try and fit in from here. Woof. Okay, first off, we're gonna clone this one. Okay. Let's see. So, yeah. How on earth am I going through this thing? Let's go... I guess it's Golduck Control, technically, is what we're going to be looking at here. Hoi, oi, oi. Alright. So I think the only thing that really survives out of this deck is the Cypher, potentially. I might not even play that, though. Right? Like, I might not even necessarily play... I mean, at least not 2 of them, right? I might not have space. This is gonna be kind of wild. So let's... Yeah, I mean, Cypher is good for that. That's true. So we are definitely playing. I think I need to play one of this. 1 of this one, 3 of the other one. I might want the draw cards at the start of the game, right? But I think this one is just better in general for the Trainer Denial. So, absolutely going to be playing that. Which ones? The set is in here. So, let's go with the Team Rocket one. Just going to focus on that set right now. We have the Rocket Sneak Attack. I mean, we've got to play it, right? It's too fucking good not to. I actually think I might just not play Plus Power in this deck. Potentially. I think we're going to cut down 1 on that. I'm going to cut the energy out. I'll focus on that later on. It's probably going to be about 14 Psychic or something in here, I imagine. The Dragonite also comes out entirely here. Right, so I am going to play 1 Dark Dragonite if I can find space for it. It is just good in general, right? To get my basics and stuff out. I think that is for sure coming in. Dark Slowbro, I want at least 1. I'm going to try and fit 2 in. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I'm going to try. Dragonair has got to be like a 3 of or something probably. Dark Golduck is the 4 for sure. Oh, do I need to play 4 Dark Golduck? Maybe a 3-3 is going to work out better here. I don't know, but I'll see what I can fit, to be honest. The 3 of this one. And then the question, I guess, if I'm taking out the double colorless, then I probably don't want to run that one in. Yeah, I think I want to stick with the 1 energy attacker with Dratini. And then we need the Slowpoke. That's a lot of Pokemon in here. Because it is quite a big Dratini line too. I guess I could play like a 3-2-2, maybe. Because if I've got the Searcher for it, I think it comes down to this line maybe being a bit too thick. Yeah, let's... Oh, there are already 4 of these. I clicked the wrong side. Let's take out 1 of each of those. I think I can rely on just having the Trainer Denial here. Which means I think I'm gonna play the 1 Slumber Line. I've got to remember I need to try and fit Nightly Garbage Run in here as well, right? So I think I can get away with that. We're gonna put the 1 of these in. Need to keep my energy in check here as well, because I kind of want to try that Hypno thing. I just don't think I'm gonna have space. Maybe the Dragonite is a bit too greedy here. The Breeder definitely needs to come out. I didn't even realize that. This is probably incorrect, but I'm actually going to take the plus power out here. I think, honestly, taking plus power out is probably going to be the way to go. I do want 1 more switch, though. Put the 2 full heals in whilst I'm here. The challenge has gotta be laid as well. Yeah, because I mean, the other thing is I can probably afford to play these thinner lines because of challenge, right? So I can probably actually just play like a 2-2 for the Dragonair. Because challenge is actually going to let me do quite a lot there. Oak's Revenge, I need 1. Probably don't need 2. The Boss's Way, I'm going to jam the 2 in. I can either discard them or trade them, so that's definitely good. I know I've got to put all my energy back in still, so I am trying to stay aware of that. And the Drowsy is going to be a 2-2. This is going to be regular Hypno, not the new one. Like, Dark Hypno is fine, but the regular Hypno is what I actually want out of this deck, right? So, This has gotta go in. Because I did get 2 of them before. And then let's get the energy in before I try and like look at too much else here. We are going to jam. It's all psychic. Probably 14 total. This is starting to look a little bit more modern in terms of energy counts and stuff, right? Because we don't tend to play that many in the more modern decks. But when you think of how much like draw and stuff I'm going to end up having through like draw recovery and everything here, like I still have the 2 retrieval and the nightly garbage run is good. Most of the attacks I want to start with are just like 1 energy here. This might be trying to get too cute. I might want like 1 more in here. I just don't know how. I'll try and fit it, but it's probably not going to work. Okay. Bill is likely going to come down a little bit. Professor Oak is probably going to come down a bit. The reason is I've got the challenge, right? So... But the problem is I want switch up 1. I think this Dragonite is probably asking too much. I want to use it, but I think this deck is asking a little bit too much of it. The Slowbro is actually a 2 energy retreat this time out, so it is a bit bigger, but that's fine. I'm looking at it and I need another switch in here, you know? But I've still got to cut like 6 cards out of this, my god. It's all in the trainers. I don't want to cut the... I could cut a boss's way. I don't want to cut too much consistency out of here, but... I think... You know, I think he's kind of right on cutting the retrieval down a bit. 5 cards to come out. I really don't want to cut the 1 Gust of Wind. Because like Item Finder makes all of these things like potentially more orbs. I really don't want to cut down on that. I could see me playing just the 1 Bill. If I really want to go all in on the challenge, I could see playing the 1 Bill. I don't think I want to go all in on challenge though, because I don't know how ridiculous this card is yet. This is entirely, like, new territory for me. I really don't know how it's gonna go. I'd rather not, like, wreck myself too much off of it. I could probably cut 1. Can I? No, I don't want to. Because the challenge... The problem with the challenge is that it doesn't, Oh, right, I forgot. I'm not actually on that set yet. The problem with this thing is that the challenge puts the stuff on the bench, which means I can't trader it back into the deck. I'm still going to cut 4 cards. How am I going to cut 4 cards out of this? Guess I go down to 1 Cypher. That's... I mean... Cypher is still good in general, but... It doesn't really further the goal of the deck, right? So... Having just the 1 is probably okay. It's gonna be some... It's gonna have to be some tough decisions on it, I think. We might have to be looking at like 1 energy removal cut here. If I want to focus on the sneak attack type stuff, keeping that away is probably fine. Hypno itself needs only psychic energy to attack, so cutting 1 of the full heal is probably going to be the way. I see the message on here. So, the problem with cutting the full heal though is that Drowsy could put my own active to sleep, and full heal would be the way of getting around that. I don't like that. I guess I'll cut one of the Psychic. Am I really axing a? Am I really axing the Gust of Wind? That can't be right. I guess I could take out one of the Nightly Garbage Run. Or the Retrieval entirely. I like the idea of getting energy straight back to hand though. I have Slowbro to get the Pokemon back. This is probably a mistake, but I honestly don't know how I want to set the stuff up within here. So I think as a first test, this is going to be okay. I honestly don't know. I wasn't quite expecting this to happen. The only other thing is, do we try and play the Dark Hypno? Like, how would I even try and jam it in? Because I don't want to remove the Psyduck stuff here. I don't think I can. And even if I could, would it even be worth it? Probably not. I think we're gonna leave it at that. Oh boy, this set. I have no idea, dude. This is...
I have an idea.
I mean, yeah, I have an idea with what I have. It's just... Is this good? Is this what I should be doing in the first place? Am I gonna need a new? Am I gonna maybe need a new co-host after this one? I don't know. We will see.
You're not gonna get rid of me that easily.
Okay. Oh well,
I've survived
probably
the other stuff until now. I think I'll.
This is true. This is true. But like, my God, this set is good. Like. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in the new thing with it here. We are going to send the challenge. I have absolutely no idea if this is the way to even go with this set, or if this is what I'd even want to do, but we're going to try it anyway. Why the heck not? Your opponent will go first. What have you got for me? Dratini and a Blastoise. Wow, here we go. Okay. The Dratini with Wrap specifically. Oh! Wait, you didn't even do anything. Oh shit, okay. So, let's see how this card actually works, shall we? I'm gonna throw down the challenge. And... there we go. Select basic Pokemon to put on the bench. I was like, I knew you'd accepted it. It's just like... Yeah,
I'll accept it. Nothing to lose right now.
See if I can...
I don't see a Wiggly right now, so...
I can maybe even try and work out what's in my prizes here if I'm that way inclined.
So inclined.
Which might be worth it, to be honest. Yeah, I think that'll do. There's the Articunos. Yeah, so here's where we get some fun stuff with it, I say. Totally not trying to totally not trying to induce anything. We're gonna play the belt. we're gonna look at this guy because I want to make sure. We are going to play the long distance hypnosis, put myself to sleep because that's how this thing works. And
GG.
pretty much. Yeah, go ahead. Breeder into Dark Blastoise, okay. You know what? Shush. Getting sassed in my chat here from Pepper, as always. So, comp search. That's where the discards came in. Wartortle to item finder. Alright, well, I mean, that can get you set up though, so. Also interesting you left a bench space open instead of getting like another Squirtle or something here. Also on the Blastoise. Okay. Well, at least I'm not asleep anymore. But I don't think that really matters with the situation anyway. Alright, we're going to put the Dark Golduck down. We are going
Sounds like a plan.
It does indeed. We're going to energy remove the Blastoise here. We're going to go for the long distance hypnosis because it doesn't matter if I actually hit it on myself here because we're going to evolve anyway into the Hypno. Going to go ahead and attach and Prophecy on this side. Alright. So now I know that you have Wartortle in your hand because I let you have it.
That's not necessarily a problem.
DC. Okay, well, you got the paralysis. That's something. Just trying to think what the best way around for it is here. Let's go ahead. I might as well attach to the Hypno. It's got a pretty chunky HP stat here, so I think I'm alright for now. Those paralysis flips are going to be really annoying, though.
Especially since you can't really deal damage.
No, not through that thing. Okay, let's at least get something going here. We're going to trade the Dark Golduck away. We're going to grab ourselves the Dragonair. So I can at least get that going. Get the thing out of deck. Which might as well be the Golduck, to be honest. Seems pretty reasonable at the moment. And not a whole lot else to do, so unfortunately you are going to get all three cards that I saw there, which means I know you've got a comp search now. So...
But you might stop the third one.
Well, you already saw, you had Wartortle Energy comp search with the three cards that you were drawing in those next 3 turns, so...
I didn't know about the energy, did I?
You should do, because you drew a card the turn before last, right?
Yeah, I've only got Wartortle Pure Search.
You played the energy on the Blastoise.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I gave you...
Long stream.
Yeah, it's understandable. No, I looked at the top 3 cards and rearranged them, so it was like, I gave you the Wartortle because that wasn't something
I
to
wasn't
play.
sure if it was 3 turns or not.
No, it's the top 3 cards of your deck, so... It's like, I gave you the Wartortle, then the energy, then the comp search, so... So the idea was that I wasn't going to get paralyzed 2 turns in a row, and I'd be able to Prophecy again if I wanted to keep that going. Okay, well, at least I can actually do something here, and I probably had this for quite a while. Let's comp search, discard 2, grab ourselves that, gonna evolve, gust up the Articuno, Oak, and honestly, you didn't play it, so we're gonna sneak attack and get rid of it. Yeah, sorry, it's a long stream on my own end, but that way too, because I didn't see that I was actually the one having to make the turn there. Alright, we can hit, use the Evolutionary Light just to thin the deck down a little bit here. We'll grab ourselves another Dragonair. And, Dark Mind. And hit... Probably the Blastoise is fine here. Ah, and you just top deck it anyway. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I tried. There's your Oak for 7. Squirtle, yep. Energy removal, fair enough. Double removal, why not? I suppose that's okay. Right, well, first off we're going to Evo, get out the Slowbro, and then because you filled your bench, we're going to challenge and just draw 2, because you can't accept it when the bench is full. Seems okay. We're going to attach, and... Item Finder, discard 2, grab ourselves the Sneak Attack, so I can see what else we're working with here. Blastoise, DCE, thingy, huh? And the water. Okay. Little on the scary side. Well, we can still Prophecy. Okay.
It's fine. Me?
Yeah, I wouldn't have exactly given you that if I could have avoided it, but okay. Let's see. This is a weird one. So you drew the retrieval. We'll have that and that. Okay. It's not amazing. I do have the third energy for the Hypno at least. You have 1 water in hand at the moment?
For now.
Okay, then I guess I should probably Dark Mind here, hit the other Articuno. So there's the Dragon there. Yeah, I couldn't exactly avoid you getting decent stuff going here, so it was just like, what's the least of the 3 evils here? There's the Dragonite. Yeah, okay. And a double Colorless down on in there. Oh, that was previous turn. Okay. Oh, yeah, no, that's already been on there for like forever. What am I talking about? Oh, full on just retreating out. Okay. Risky, but sure. Irritating. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. What do I even do with this?
You can take out the Articuno.
I mean, I can take it out still, but... So the problem is I know you have Retrieval. And you... did okay, so you did attach and retreat. Okay, but I don't... Can I do both here? I think so. Or can I? What have I still gone through? Okay. I think I can still do both here. So if we use the Evolutionary Light, I can take Golduck out the deck. So I can comp search away that and boss's way. Grab ourselves that. So I can sneak attack away the retrieval. Play down the Dark Slowbro so I can pick up the Pokemon. Yeah, you can't pick up the energy, so I can pick up the 2 Pokemon so that I can item finder those away. Grab ourselves the Gust of Wind here to gust up the... Oh god, which is... right click the one, see what it's saying? Because I need to see which one's... Oh god, which one's even got the damage on? I can move this, right? Yeah, so we pick up that one, because it's the one that's got 10 damage on it. And now I can Dark Mind, take 10 damage on the Dark Blastoise, because I need to get that thing set up. Of course you draw the bill, which is whatever. Yeah, Breeder into Blastoise, I knew you had that available, but you also don't have a lot of stuff to sort of play around with here, so...
Still, that helps a lot.
It does if you've got Oak. Okay. Now I need to start getting something else set up, because I'm getting pretty close to, Oh. I think I'm actually going to Prophecy here, because I don't want to take the knockout yet. Like, I know I need to start taking knockouts, but I also need to build up a Pokemon to do that. So I think I'm actually better just not doing that yet. Yeah, you can still search through the deck, so you can at least shuffle up and not have to deal with as many of the bits as you had there. So there is that at least, but... So you get the War Turtle, and that's that. Okay, we can put full heal down on the Golduck. Wish it was a Psychic, but you know. Yeah, I think this is probably the turn that I need to actually take a KO here. Or is it? I mean, I could just take 2 prizes right here, right now, but I don't think that's quite the right idea. You're gonna take 1 in return. And I don't currently have... no, I think that's fine. We're gonna Dark Mine and get one of the Dragonairs down a little bit. Because then you take the return knockout. I guess it depends on whether you flip heads on Rocket Tackle, doesn't it? That could be the pain here. Item Finder for Oak. Okay. Oh, there's the... Yeah, you had the Dragonite from before. I did... Hey, that gets the other Articuno. Yeah, I didn't give you the Articuno before, so... I had the chance to. I just didn't do it. I gave you the... other dead drawer instead. Gets 2 energy. Ah, yeah, you can just like blitz me down now. Oh boy. Use Rain Dance, there we go. And use the Hydro Cannon, okay. Oh, god damn it. Well, that is unfortunate, because we would have had a return knockout here had I had 1 more energy that I could use. Alright, let's use the Evolutionary Light and get Hypno.
Sounds like a plan.
We're going to Trader the Hypno, get Drowsy. Put that on bench. I think I need to sack the Slowbro here and go for the long distance hypnosis. Okay, let's see if that works. It does. Okay. Energy. Oh no. Oh no. That's bad. That's the problem. I faded one attachment here.
Oh, I only had one of these in here? Guess all my energy is in prizes.
That's frustrating. I faded one draw, one energy to get the big knockout here. And that might honestly be enough. Jesus hell. Okay. Alright. Evolutionary Light to get you out. Don't know if that's actually wise considering the cards in deck here, but I think it's fine. You've already discarded a nightly garbage run, so I'm at least sort of feeling okay with that. It's easily a chance to play more, but we're going a long distance hypnosis. Alright, put myself to sleep, who cares? This guy was supposed to be dying anyway. Attached to the Golduck, and that's gonna have to do it. It's Rain Dance. Yeah, this is probably not ending well. Alright, gets the knockout, brings this in. Oh, now see, this is frustrating because yeah, no, this ain't possible. I didn't have another Psychic in hand, and I just drew Challenge for turn. It's like, no, you just accept the challenge, and I can't get an energy, and I'm just way too far behind in price count and stuff with it here. Alright, so...
That one worked.
It did, yep. Alright, game 2. Your opponent will go first. I mean, going first with this deck seems pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, build draw 2. Double colorless hit for 20 straight away, huh? Well, fuck. Alright.
That's why I like the Squirtle.
Well, yeah, shit. What am I supposed to do? Trade away that, I guess. I mean, I guess I take the Drowsy. On distance. Okay. Attach and pass. Yeah. Of course, yep.
I'm willing to take that this time.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
well, Item Finder doesn't really do a whole lot here, so... I mean, this is the power of going first. I mean, honestly, that's pretty much it with it. It's like... Yeah, I went second, and therefore I pretty much lose straight away.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. Alright, long distance, we're gonna do that. We're gonna comp search. I have to comp search my energy away here, which is bad, but we can maybe still make something out of it. Remove the TCE. Bill for 2. We've still got 7 in hand, is the gross part here. I guess I evolve and prophecy. There's no point disrupting you. You probably already got draws, so might as well just see what I'm playing. Comp search? Yeah, you already had draws, so there was no point in disrupting you. I mean, at least this guy's kind of hard to take down this quickly, but yeah, Breeder for which one? Dark Blastoise, okay. Pfft, fuck. Fucking hell, alright. Yeah, that's kind of insane. Woof. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do about this. That's a good question.
Oh,
What
remember,
do I do?
after this one, to do the wheel for you as well.
Yeah, which will be for base 2, not for this set.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I think I kind of know what to do, but at the same time, it's like, it's not really gonna work here. Because I can't do enough damage quick enough. Okay. I think I need to item finder these two away. Grab the removal. We're gonna have to get rid of that DCE here. Thing is, you can still attack for relatively low energy, but I think I just need to play through.
Keep the pressure.
Yeah, and prophecy on. Well, I already kind of know what I'm drawing next turn, right? So yeah. Oh my god, how? That is crazy. Okay. Just like every single time. Alright. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this, to be honest. Every single turn.
And my luck's coming in for once?
Yeah. Okay. I think I only really have one reasonable option here. And it's not that reasonable, to be totally honest with you, but I think my only out is that this this Psyduck gets to evolve and actually do something here. Okay. Well, you did flip the tails, so that is something. Right, we're gonna need a pretty knockout turn here, but I at least have a Professor Oak that I can try it with. Okay, and that pretty much does it. Alright, Golduck, Energy, Dratini, Super Psy. Let's see if we can actually make something out of this now. And evolving to the Dark Wartortle means there's no regular Blastoise coming up here. But, of course, Dragonair is a thing. There's no energy in play, at least at the moment, no. So Retrieval is super good. But at the very least there's no like actual attachments out right now. But you can just like cycle through absolutely everything at this point, so how much that's going to matter, I don't know. There's the Blastoise. I mean, if you've got the 4th DCE, then I suppose this could be trouble, but kind of surprised. Oh, I mean, maybe you don't have another one. I was like thinking maybe you're gonna get the Dragonair so you can chain through, but I guess if you don't have it, alright. Well, we can remove that.
I think it's in the prize pool.
Possibly, yeah. We can remove that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Crazy enough, this isn't actually over yet. Having somehow stabilized this, I'm just like, how the fuck? But it's not actually done yet. Okay, we're gonna garbage run. I mean, I have gone through a lot though. 2 item finder is pretty rough. Going through like all the Hypno stuff here seems bad. Getting it Slowbro and 2 energy probably is the way around. Because the Slowbro can get the Pokemon back later on. Is the idea at least. Do that. We've got a 1-card hand. Which I probably don't know what it is, but I don't think I want to overcommit here. I mean, okay, so the only other thing with it, I think actually, is it Blastoise that's in hand? Because I think I might have given you it from Prophecy. I don't remember.
I discarded that one, I believe.
You discard? Yeah, I suppose that's going through. Yeah, that's discarded. So I was thinking, it's like, wait, is that what it is? But no, I don't know what it is. Or do I? Is it the... No, because you searched for the dragon there. Not the Dragonite. You searched with the Blastoise with that, not the Dragonite. Or was that like a previous turn? Might have been a previous turn. I don't know. I ain't gonna overthink it that way in a moment, no. Because I think just hitting Super Sai is probably the best bet here. Articuno on the bench. Evolutionary Light for the Dragonite, so it wasn't already down. Okay. How many removals have gone? One? Just a one? Ugh. That feels bad.
Yeah,
as
I'm
well.
kind of getting starved of them this time.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling it.
Oh, God. How much do I... No, I think I'm just going to Super Sai. Yep. So we get the two things down. Probably the Squirtles. Ah, the Kuno Squirtle seems about right. Yep. Okay.
If I could get my garbage run, that'd be great.
Yeah. Well, there's one in the discard, but I imagine you're probably playing two. If I had to guess, I imagine two would be the play.
Actually, I have.
Alright, I gotta see what it is. It's a water, okay. I've been looking at it going, I really need to just see what that card is. It's gonna bother me otherwise.
And that's the best way to counter that.
Yep. Okay, let's just place the full heal down. I'm gonna Oak, because I think I need more cards out here. Psyduck. I'm actually curious if you would even take this. I'm gonna challenge. I guess I know the answer to that now. Alright,
It's more important to deny you the bill.
That is fine. I can understand that.
Plus, technically, this mills you out more. Choose one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take one. Because the Slowpoke is pretty good for me here. So put that down. I have already attached. It'll tell me, right, yep, cannot play any more energy this turn. It's what I expected, I just wanted to double check. And yeah, we're just gonna Super Sai. Yep, energy on the Squirts. Okay, so we can Golduck. Slowbro, grab ourselves back all of our Pokemon. So we can go with a Hypno. Apparently I don't need Dark Dragonair this time round, fair enough. Attach to the Golduck. This is what happens when I get an attachment every turn, I suppose, isn't it?
And I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to take the knockout. There's not really any point in leaving it. I'm down on cards in deck. Well, I was down in cards on deck. I am now not. Top deck Professor Oak is pretty strong. This is definitely a thinker, for sure. This is... Another bill too. Yikes. Okay. Yep. This is where all the removals come in now. Wartortle, yikes. Yep, hit for 40. Okay. You know what I should have played in this deck actually is like Mr. Fuji. Like return the Slowbro back into the deck and get it out again later on. Would have been cool.
Would have been a plan.
Okay, well, let's pull out the Dragonair. Because I can at least attack with that if I need to. And yeah, it's probably the right idea. Okay, how many? One regular Blastoise already gone. You've got 3 in total, depends how many you're actually playing. The odds are you probably have one though. And I'm gonna be sad if I don't at least like hit here. Yeah, it sucks that I'm gonna be like a turn behind on attachment stuff here, but I am just gonna attach in Super Sai, I think. Getting the 50 damage out on the main dude here is probably the best bet. If I get punished with a Blastoise, I get punished with a Blastoise.
Can't get punished with what I don't have.
Yep, so, and that's the idea, because now Dragonair can take the kill, so that is fine. Attach to you. And I mean, I can at least search the deck, see if there's anything I want. See what's left, actually, really. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and just Tail Strike. Get the KO. Okay. This is a game, I tell you. Game and a half right now. That DC is scary, though. Like, yeah, that is very, very scary. I know you don't have any more DC after this, but it spooks. It's very spooks. Let's go attachment there. The thing is, it only has 70 HP though, so if I Tail Strike and I can land a Super Sai next turn, then I should still be okay, even if I do get one shot here.
That's the big if.
Yeah, you gotta have the energy for it too, but... Energy removal, yoinks! Okay, so I'm gonna need an attachment as well. Ow, no, that's not good. Oh shit, okay. Lucky for me, I do have the energy. We'll play the switch and land the Super Sai. Oi, okay.
I think that's game over.
I think it is. Like, you can't get a wrap going in one turn, so... How did I stabilize that? Oh my god. That looked over from, like, turn 1. Good lord. Game 3, let's go. This is a crazy one. Absolutely crazy. Considering what we're even playing here, too. Like, these are very... wild
scary hands
here. Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, I'm getting to go first this time. Fantastic. Against a Pokemon that can't attack for like 3 turns anyway. Awesome. Okay.
Assuming you don't get any energy removal.
Yeah, I'm being a shitter about it, but it's like, yeah, no, this is probably best case for me. Alright, let's trade away the Dark Duder here. Grab ourselves Psyduck. Seems alright. Put that down. I think I'm more afraid of Rocket Sneak Attack here, so I'm going to preemptively go ahead and get the Dragonair here, I think. Because if I get Sneak Attacked in that hand, might be a bit rough. We'll attach to the Drowsy. We'll go for the Long Distance Hypnosis, just because it might stop a DC retreat. It did not, but, you know. Okay. Right, that either indicates to me that your hand is like amazing and you're just trying to hold off until you get one thing, or it's absolutely terrible and you're just hoping that I don't play anything else here. There really is like no in between. We're gonna use the Evolutionary Light, grab ourselves the Hypno. Gonna long distance hypnosis myself, but again, this doesn't matter when I evolve anyway. It's just to see if I can get the flip. We're going to attach and prophecy on you.
Alright.
Yeah. Figured that was... Oh my god, dude. Okay, yep. That was gonna be the other part here. GG's, I guess. That's probably gonna be it, but we'll try anyway. Get that down. And prophecy. I mean, it's not great, but... realistically, that's all I can really give off of that. Wow, I actually faded the energy though. Okay. That's something at the very least. Alright. I keep clicking on the Pokemon to use the abilities, not the thing at the side. Yeah. Alright, so we can grab ourselves the Slowbro that you saw earlier. Because once again, he's going to get traded away. Get ourselves out. Good question. Oops, good question. Probably the Dratini, actually, because then I can get more stuff out. It's hard because I want to start attacking with a Hypno, but I am acutely aware that my hand is very small and energy is at a premium. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Ugh. Welp. Huh? I should probably tell you a bit about how good those cards were if I'm giving you an item finder, when knowing that energy removal is going to wreck my Hypno here.
No, I'm fine with the Hypno.
I guess.
There are other problems here.
True.
That duck is very strong.
It is very strong, that's true. Okay, let's get the Evolutionary Light for the Dragonair. Just put the Dragonair down, Evolutionary Light, so I can thin the deck a little bit. Get ourselves the Slowbro. I mean, you know it's there, so it's not really much of a surprise. Full heal on the Golduck, I guess. And... keep running this through. Thankfully, being able to control what's coming at the very least, I can give myself some time, if nothing else. Rocket Sneak Attack gets rid of the item finder I was trying to build up for. It's going to Evolutionary Light next turn and get the item finder away on that, but no such luck, so that's fine. We'll just thin the deck as much as I can of stuff here. Golduck. And Hypno. Can at least energy remove, so I can buy myself a little bit more time here. And yeah, you've seen my hand, you know I don't have energy either, so
we're just waiting.
We are. Okay.
I will take basics.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's not necessarily much I can do with that one. Oh my god, here we go. Well, I suppose sometimes I will top deck one. If I'm thinning all my evolutions out the deck, at the very least I'm going to start drawing into some of the other stuff, right? That's the idea. Unfortunately, I have done that about as much as I can here right now, so can't really do the other one, so... I mean, yeah, I might end up hard drawing Oak and crying, but honestly, I think I might have just about enough in play with it right now. Yeah, let's start getting some stuff set up with this here. Wow, okay. Deja vu!
It always is.
Oh, that's so bad. I can't do that. Surely. No, no, I can't. We're gonna do that again. Yeah. Okay. Energy retrieval. That's okay. Gonna help. So we can get 2 of these back, and yeah, let's start actually doing some damage here.
Well, at least I finally get a card.
You do. I still know what it is, so I think I'm still safe enough with it. But yeah, you do still get something this turn. It's a really weird situation with this right now. I think I attached to the Golduck, and I actually Prophecy here. Okay. Yeah, giving you an Articuno doesn't feel good, but it's probably the best bet.
I mean, if it doesn't have energy, is it really an Articuno?
No, and that's kind of the thing that I'm thinking on in here. Okay, so we item finder. I was looking at challenge, and I was thinking that's way too scary here. I can't play that. So we can remove. This was kind of what I was hoping to be able to do with this deck, but took a while. Dark Mind. Grab ourselves damage on you.
Hold up.
Okay. I mean, it feels kind of crazy. I've given myself all of this setup time, and I still don't necessarily have like the greatest setup on stuff here. But honestly, I think it's kind of done alright for itself, though. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna gust up one of the Articuno, and I will take the knockout on the bench, be a bit more efficient about my damage here, and take it out with that. Yeah, I've been stopping you getting. I've been stopping you getting that bill for so long. Like, that bill has been on the top 3 cards of your deck for about 10 turns by now. And I've just been like, I need to stop you getting that every time. It's been like that plus an energy for like a million turns, and I was just like, I can't let you have this. I've got to play around it, you know. Okay, so I know you still have another Dark Blastoise because I gave you that earlier. You probably have Breeder, and that's probably going to be sad. I could have Sneak Attacked instead of discarding it, but I kind of wanted to keep the evolutions I had around because I had a feeling they're going to be needed at some point here. I do have enough energy for Golduck, so at least that's going to work out quite well. And there's no way Hypno dies in one hit to like anything, so...
No, it's like plus power.
Yeah, you need like double plus power 4 energy Hydro Cannon. Seems unlikely in this position, so... yeah, we're gonna Dark Mind hit the Squirtle. Honestly, the fact that I've taken 2 knockouts here without having much against it is like, this is what I wanted this deck to do, right? I knew this Hypno was gonna be decent. Yeah, there's the Breeder, regular Blastoise, okay. Yeah, then the Dark Blastoise is the only one that's left. I'm glad I did the 10 here then, because like whichever way round you went, it's one less energy attack, one less attack for like KOing here. Alright.
Yeah, but this way I can build into others should I get the draw.
You can. And you
which is what I need right now.
You are really tempting me to prophecy and deny that. You know that, right?
Prophecy
Jeez.
means you aren't dealing damage.
True, but if I can prophecy and fade you like 2 turns, I can probably kill you with Super Psy.
That still turns where I get draw.
Sure, but they're draws that I know what they are. Fuck it, it's not worth it. It is, but it's not. If you get an Oak off the top deck, you get an Oak off the top deck. I'm just
I need
gonna.
that.
I know,
that right now.
I know. It's like if you get it, you get it. I'm just gonna fucking play.
Because I'm not getting anything.
No. Yeah, let's just Dark Mine, get some damage on the Dratini here. Okay.
That hasn't worked.
And same again, I guess.
Nope.
Alright, let's keep this game a bit quicker. Switch into the Dark Golduck too, so I can get the one shot with it here. Get that down and Super Psy. That's what I've been building up the Dark Mine stuff for. Oh, Comp Search though. With 2 prizes left in this setup on board though, that seems a bit it's gonna be rough.
Yep.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Dang. I am still absolutely like gobsmacked that I won that second game. That was no way I feel like I should have had that.
My luck couldn't hold.
No. Yikes. Okay, this did do what I wanted to do, but my god, it was tougher than I thought it was going to be to do. I should have played more removals, probably. I only had the free energy removal.
I was tempted to do the Vileplume, because I got like 3 of them.
Same! I was like, this could go quite a few ways. I actually wouldn't mind if you don't want to do another set for a bit, and we just like play some different decks out of this during the week. I wouldn't necessarily mind it, because like I'll go through some of the stuff I had. Or do you want me to go through the deck first? I think you kind of solved the idea, but...
I would need to grab a picture of my deck. Just give me a second.
Yeah. Yeah, get your food just now, Pepper. That was... Oof. Like, wow, that took so long to sort of get through.
I think it was a pretty mean deck that I put together.
You had a pretty strong thing there, yeah, I will not deny that.
There was the idea, at least.
Right, I'm getting the print screen of mine just now as well. Okay, so you had, you still had all the removal. I should have probably thinking him of that, but
well, I didn't have supers. So
yeah, but you still had the basic ones. So
yeah.
What if 3-2? Where's the Dragonite? 3-2-1 of the Dragonite. Yeah. 4 Squirtle, 2 each of the different war totals, and then 2 each of the Blastoise. That makes sense. 3 Breeder. Yeah, it's about as much. I thought you'd have a second nightly garbage run. That was kind of what I was playing on. You got 2 Sneak Attack. Did you get more and just didn't play them, or was it...
I got 2.
You got 2, okay. 2 Item Finder, the 2 Retrieval. Yeah, still the 2 Comp Search, because that's what we had. Yeah, I see you did not play the challenge.
Not with this.
Not with this, yeah. I had like 5 different Pokemon in my deck, so the basic wise, so I was like, I'm gonna try it. I didn't know how good it was gonna be.
I'll probably do a Wiggly at some point with it.
I was just like, I played 3 challenge and 2 bill, as you can see out of this. I probably should have played 3 bill, 2 challenge, but like I wanted to see the card, right? I wanted to see how it worked, and actually keeping a bench spot open is a really clever way of getting around it, though, because you can then just deny the draw 2 every time. I didn't think about that, so that was actually really clever that you didn't take to full, because it's like if I play another one, then so maybe this card.
Say no.
Yeah, so maybe this card isn't quite as good as I thought it was. Then, I mean, I didn't know how good it was gonna be off it, but like, yeah, maybe it's not quite as impressive. But, so the deck I played here, yeah, it was Golduck control. I initially had like 4 Dark Golduck in here, because I pulled 5 right in total or something, so I was like, I initially maxed out, but then I put the Hypno line in at the end, and I think that was the best decision I could have made for this, to be honest. That Hypno is gross. Oh my god.
Yes, it is. How many Golduck did I end up with? I got 5 Dark Golduck.
Nice. So, yeah, my goal for this was to play Golduck Dragonite, or Dragonair at the very least. I had the Dragonite and then played out of it because I just didn't have the space. It was going for the Hypno at the end. I also cut 1 of the Slowbro. I did pull 2 of them, so I cut 1 to play this through, and you know, just
we can
have
see
some
how
recovery.
threatening the Blastoise are now.
Yes, the Blastoise is very, very good. I knew it was, and I was kind of hoping that we'd get to see that, but like, my god, yeah, the Blastoise can do so much.
It's not even that expensive card-wise, really.
No, it's not. You've just got to make sure that you can survive the whole like lower HP thing, but I mean, it's not that bad.
Well, its second attack helps a lot with that.
Yeah.
40 plus invulnerability is pretty significant.
It's actually possible to consider like Defender or something for that too, because even if you flip heads on it, you still prevent the 10 that you were going to do to yourself, right? So
yeah,
but it's hard to fit it in. I wouldn't know where the hell to even put it in that list.
Yeah, this is getting hard to find where to cut cards.
Yeah, I mean, if you take a look at the list that I have here, I only played the 1 Gust of Wind. I almost cut it, but I was like, I can't cut this. It's like this, especially if I was going to attack with a Hypno. If Dragonair or something was in the active spot, I can't actively damage stuff around it. I have to keep at least 1, right? Having 3 Item Finder helps me cut some corners here, but like, that doesn't always work, right? It's tough to have the discards for it every time here. But like, I have only 3 energy removal. I have the 2 Oak and 2 Bill free challenge. That's probably going to switch, but still, that's like, you know, not nearly as many draw cards as I'd want off it that way. I kept the 2 Boss's Way. I almost cut down to 1, but I was like, no, Boss's Way for Dragonair is just amazing because I have triple Trader, right? So I can just get whatever the hell I want off of that.
I have 0 Trader.
Yeah, so keeping the Boss's Way available was just too good for me. But it's like, I cut down to 1 Retrieval. I only had the 1 Nightly Garbage Run because I couldn't fit 2 in the deck in the end. I'm down at 14 energy in this list. That was potentially a problem.
I brought a bit more, but DCE are just good on this deck.
Yeah, I wanted to play the full heal energy because I was thinking about the paralysis stuff still being a thing. Obviously didn't happen so much in this one, so it would have been better.
I didn't want to run the same thing sort of twice as...
Sure, but I was even just thinking the likes of Squirtle Bubble or the paralysis off of Wrap or something like that as well. I was like, yeah, paralyzing effects could still be here, even on the evolving cards, so I was like, I kind of want to try and play it. I actually only pulled 2 full heal energy, so I can't play more than that, unfortunately, which might be a bit of a shame. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but it's like I really couldn't do much more than that.
I got 2 full heal and 4 potion.
I only got 3 potion, I think? It doesn't matter anyway, I probably won't play the potion energy, but then again, sometimes it's good. But, you know, yeah, it's like, this list is very greedy in a lot of places, because I really wanted to play as many of Rocket Sneak Attack as I pulled, which was 3 of them, so I was like, okay, I guess we're doing it this way then. So it was that sort of influence putting the Hypno in the deck, because if I could Sneak Attack your last like consistency card out of the hand, and then stop you from drawing whatever I need you to for a fair while, as you saw in Game 3, it's like, you can't really do much with that, it locks you out. So that was kind of the idea. I wish I'd just played 14 Psychic Energy instead of the 2 full heal this time out, but you know, I don't regret it per se. As you say, it is what it is. I got the 1 Rainbow Energy as well, but that's not going to work in this deck, obviously.
I got the Raichu.
I also got the Raichu, actually. I was kind of thinking on it, going, that's really cool. But I didn't exactly have... Yeah, same. I was like,
and
that's
1
awesome.
Rainbow as well.
Okay. That could be worse. We will get more chances for Rainbow Energy later. Oops.
Oh, yeah, sorry, knocked over some.
That's okay. Yeah, we'll get more chances for it later. so it's okay. But yeah, man, this list was crazy greedy in a lot of the places though. I had 2 switch. That was like the one thing I didn't greed on. Because I see there are actually 0 switch in this deck now, from your side. So
Yeah.
that's like the only thing I didn't greed on in here. This was definitely as like try and kitchen sink everything sort of thing in here. It's maybe not the best of strategies with that, but I didn't even get to use the Psyduck in the end. I would have probably been better using the other Psyduck, but I was like, Trainer Denial is super good just in general, so I was thinking that was probably going to be the better one. But looking at the way the setups went here, maybe the draw a card one would have been the best. I don't know. Should have just played 4 of that, and then who cares how many Dark Golduck and stuff here. But yeah, I didn't end up playing the Dragonite because I don't have DCE in here. I was thinking that's just not going to be worth it in the end, because I can use Challenge to get my basics down, right? And I just want to search the evolutions out to make things easier. But I know why you would play it, because you don't have
I'm starting to
Trainer.
feel the pain of not having more Blastoise of the other types.
Yeah.
Maybe figure a way to get more Blastoise in there. Because not having the Rain Dance for so long is a pain.
Yeah, it is tough. I'm not sure how you would go about it, like, because I know you would probably want to keep the Dragonite just because it can get more basics out. That's tough. Like, maybe one less.
Got the Articuno, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say drop at least one of the Kuno. But it's hard. I don't know. We'd have to just take a look and see about refining that one over a few games. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to play this sort of thing too much. I'm not a very good control player, as you can see. But,
I mean, it worked well enough.
Yeah, I mean, thank God for Hypno. That was just ridiculous. The Slowbro was quite good too. Like, I would never play more than the 2 that I pulled, so I'm kind of happy with that setup. But, yeah, I was glad to have it there. So, yeah, having gone over the decks, let me just quickly bring my collection back in so I can show the people on stream as I say it. There was some pretty interesting setups of this. I would like to build some different decks out of here too.
Same.
For example, I only got 1 Dark Blastoise, so I can't play the thing you had. I have no other Blastoise whatsoever. But I do have 3 Dark Charizard. So I kind of want to try that at some point. I have 2 Dark Dragonite, so I can go through with that as well. I kind of want to see how that works. Even though I only have 1 breeder, I think it could still work. If you can just evolve every turn with the Dragonairs anyway, it's probably fine.
I got a fair amount of the Dark Dragonair as well.
Yeah, I got like 7 Dark Dragonairs, so I am fully set on however many I want to play there.
I did get several Dark Alakazam and Dark Kadabra, so, you know, not locked out of that right.
I got 0 Alakazam. I got all the Kadabra I could want, but I got 0 Alakazam, so I can't play that. I did get 2 Dark Dogtrio. I got 4 Dark Golbat, so I'm well set for that later on. That could be a very interesting one too, just like Dark Dragonite Golbat, potentially, you know, as a main thing, because even if you don't play many of the Dragonair or whatnot, just being able to search out Dark Golbat every turn to get the extra 10 damage. Mr. Fuji puts them back in the deck, perhaps? I don't know. Could be good.
I don't think I got any Dark Golbat.
Yikes. That was a rare as well, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I also got a playset of Gyarados, so I was not happy about that. It's like, please, that's like one of the worst ones in here.
One... I think I only got the 1 thing.
That's good. I did get 3 Dark Hypno, and if I could have fit in 1 copy of it, I probably would have tried it, but...
I have 6.
Jesus, wow. That's rough. That's literally a 6th of your box opening was Hypno. That's ouch. Yeah, no, I wanted to fit it in.
I don't feel like I got too like screwed on that, to be honest, with the other stuff I got.
It seems like you did pretty well on quite a few things. What else did I get? The 1 Machamp, the 2 Dark Magneton. I don't remember if I have a base set Magneton. If I do, that could work. What else is there? The 2 Slowbro, which is as many as I'd want to play. The triple Vileplume, one of which has got a fighting weakness, woo. You know, got one rare one. So, you know. And then it was like 1 Weezing, and how many Arbok did I get screwed on? Just a 1. So I was quite fortunate on that
I only got
stuff.
1 Dark Slowbro.
Ah, well, 1 is, you seen there, 1 is okay. I think
Yeah.
a 1/1 is totally fine. 2 is really only if you're dedicated on Psychic decks, I think.
6 Diggers,
Yeesh.
because that's the fantastic card.
Let me see. I got only 2 of them, actually. Jeez. Got 17 Dratini, though. How about that?
That's a lot of Dratini.
It's a lot
You
of
might
Dratini.
have a problem.
I might, yep. Too many snakes on this Team Rocket plane. Lots of good gas attack that I didn't end up playing because, of course, I'm not going after that sort of thing here. 2 Here Comes Team Rocket, I guess. Woo. 3 Imposter's Oak Revenge, but I don't think I'd play more than like 2 at most of that.
I don't even think you played the one you had.
I didn't end up playing the one. I had it in hand, but I didn't end up playing it because either I was controlling what you were drawing enough, or like your hand was not really worth disrupting in that way. So I don't know. It is good, but I didn't find the situation for it. I didn't have it plus like sneak attack to disrupt stuff. So whatever. I only got 3 Nightly Garbage Run, but you really wouldn't play 4 when you've got Item Finder as a card, so I think that's okay. Oh, I actually did get 5 Potion Energy, so I'd be fine on that one. And only the 2 Bosses Way that I actually played. I didn't
I
get
got
more
6
than that.
Nightly.
Well, there you go then. Refresh for days. I guess if you were playing the Moltres deck, you could probably play 4 of those for like shuffling the energy back, huh?
Yeah.
God, that deck is so
I've got
fucking
Scoop
annoying.
Ups now as well.
Oh no! God, that could be so disastrously annoying.
It
maybe.
might make a showing. At
It
least
might.
once.
It might. Oh boy. But yeah, that's
Along with all the other deck disruption I can fit in.
That's pretty much my set though. Honestly, really good haul overall. I got what I wanted in the Dark Golduck. That was the deck that I wanted to play this time around. So I got everything that I wanted for that. And yeah, I didn't get like Blastoises and stuff, but I can't really use them that well anyway. So I'm okay with that. I even got the Raichu if I want to try and play that sort of thing.
I was going to, but then I figured, let's see how well water works first.
Yeah, and really quite well. That was
Terrifying if it gets up fast.
yeah, that was almost a complete set win for you, like a complete 2-0, but like you won the first game, and I think
You
in
managed
terms
to stabilize it.
somehow, it was literally getting the Hypno, wasn't it? Really, because it was like that thing was big enough that I could survive for a little bit, and like again get set up with a Golduck. It was just very, very close there. But yeah, like that, I think was actually the first game taken in the main best of 3 in that, which is good. It shows that it isn't just completely one-sided off of this,
No.
even if it has looked it sometimes.
I fully admit I am not the best deck builder.
And you've also not been getting too lucky in a lot of the draw stuff with it. Like, we could kind of ignore that third game because I was controlling everything in that one.
And I was sort of just, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, it was almost solitaire off it. I'm probably not going to play this kind of deck again with a Hypno at least, because bleh, I don't know. It's fine. It did what I wanted it to, and it's at least we've got to show some of these things off because they were very powerful strategies of the time. But that does not mean that I want to play it every time because oh my god.
Yeah. Which I probably won't play this water deck very much.
Yeah, I mean it's good to try.
I don't
different
like
stuff
making repeat showings,
out. That's fair.
especially when we have so much room to practice and so many deck types with what we can get.
Sure. And I mean, not to shit on the next two sets too much, because there are some good things in them, but compared to this, the next two sets feel like they're pretty low impact. So
to be fair, how do you top this?
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like we're going to have a lot of experimentation with this stuff for a while. And there are a couple of really nasty cards in some of the stuff with it. But not to this
These
extent.
are all also cards I have zero experience actually playing with myself.
Yep.
As I only really have experience up to TCG 1.
Yeah, I've played TCG 2, which does have the Team Rocket cards in it. But the AI never accepts challenge, for example, and that is a huge dynamic to go through here. I got 6 of that card, by the way,
aren't as vicious as any player.
I mean, sometimes they do have some removals and stuff like that, but they're not nearly to the same extent.
I don't even think they really use that in TGC 1 either.
They don't use it very often.
You almost never encounter removal, despite the fact energy removal and super energy removal are things in that game. And if you use them, they're just ridiculous.
TCG2's got a lot more of it than what this does.
Well, that's good.
Mostly in the late game, where it's like, oh god, why? You know? And some of them, one of them actually has an extra rule which like effectively lost zones energy that gets removed as well, so you can't retrieval it back at that point, and it's like, fuck, why?
Oh, that's mean.
Yeah, so... but yeah, other than that, I think that's about it. I mean, I got, what, 3 Dark Flareon?
I was also tempted to do a Mr. Mime deck, but
yeah.
I got a bunch of those.
Okay, how would
There's just so much to build.
I don't actually know how I would have added that with this deck.
You probably would have had to snipe it with Dark Mind.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Dark Mind over and over would have been okay, but then Meditate would have wrecked that side. Technically Dark Dragonair Tails would work, like 20 damage every time, but that's on a coin flip as well. I don't have the water energy in the deck to play Water Gun, so probably should have played a couple of those instead of the full heal. But I was sort of put off by like Hypno is all psychic, and like so is Slowbro, so I was thinking I don't really want to play colored energy here. I played the full heal for the reasons I said before, like healing paralysis off, but...
Or the sleeps and confusions that you were inflicting yourself.
Yeah, the self sleep as well was also one to play it for. I guess Drowsy is kind of good against a Mime because it's 10 plus sleep. Also, Drowsy's long distance hypnosis could actually stop the barrier thing from working, right? If I get you to sleep and it's not an attack, I can then just punch through. So I would have had ways, but it wouldn't have been pretty for sure. That would have been a tough matchup. Anyway, yeah, I think that's about it. I need to spin the wheel. If you've got any other cards you want to go through in your stuff whilst I find this thing.
No, I think that's everything.
I need to spin for base 2 and then for the rocket set, yeah. So, first one, because I forgot to do it before, I don't think anyone's going to do
Ivy
that.
Perfect, Mr. Mime.
Hey, yeah. Alright.
That's timing.
First off, we're going to have a previously available pack on the base 2 one, so I might as well just pick a base 2, get another base 2 pack for that. Just a 1, but I mean, it could have a Cypher, right? So it could either be Cypher or... Yeah, so I think base 2 is the fine one for that. And then the Rockets one is actually the same. So I think I'll just take like the one Rocket, the one base 2. There's a potential for Rainbow Energy, right? So I might as well go with that. So, yeah, this was annoying though. I had to restart my opening for the Rocket thing because it froze on me on like pack 5.
Yeah, it was like loading forever.
But mine just straight up stopped loading at like pack 5, so I had to restart the whole thing. What I ended up missing, I think I already had like 2 Dark Golbat and Dragonite maybe? I think it was like a Dragonite and the Slowbro was. I had quite good cards out of the first ones. I already had 2 Dark Golduck in those first packs, so it was kind of like nail on it, but then it ended up working out. I just had to restart it. So I did the test on it going, okay, let's try the base 2 ones, that's working fine. Let's just restart the Rocket one and see if that works. So Anyway, base 2 is gonna have Clefable, which I can't play because I have no Clefairy. What more? Anything else even neat in here? There's Dugong. I guess that's cool. Otherwise,
yeah, not upload that.
Yeah.
The one that didn't work.
Yep. Nothing.
I started recording and then it froze, so then I stopped recording and then restarted the draft.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I had to do in the end as well. So, and then I said one of the rocket. So let's flip the cards. Dartmachamp. Okay, I did get a third full heal energy though, so that's good. I was hoping for that.
And another Dratini to the horde.
Yes, another Dratini. I have 18 of them now. I have to count how many.
Not counting the other Dratini.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go ahead and look at the other Dratini real quick because I want to see how close we are to the fabled 30 that from the Taurus count, right? Okay, not that close. Not that far away though. 27 total Dratini here. 5 Dratini from base, 4 from base 2, 18 from Team Rocket. 3 Dratini short of Ash's like 30 Tauros count, you know?
Yep.
Never mind. It's all good though. Yeah, so again, nothing too fancy out of them. Like Clefable I can't even play, Machamp I wouldn't play. Like it's only 2 of them anyway, but it's not good enough to play, I don't think. But the full heal energy is good. That's probably the best of the cards I picked up there.
That's processing, but that's the second draft.
Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I would be very happy to try out a couple of different decks out of this thing and maybe try and refine the deck building a little bit before we go on, because I don't think this was anywhere close to like ideal in this. It's so hard to actually like keep everything that you want in here, and I needed enough of the control tools too. I probably should have played last, to be honest, but I couldn't find space. Like, how do you play last in this list? You know?
Includes the messages I sent to you regarding packs being slow.
Yeah, that's fine. Right. My god, yeah, this is almost 4 hours in total. I didn't think the set was going to take that long, but then again, we
did 2 sets.
And we did talk through like everything in this one. And we had to go to game 3, and it was a control setup, so oof, okay. As it turns out, early days of the TCG is pretty heavy on the control stuff here. But
like Cal always says, it was always like this, even back then.
So nowadays there's not as much of this going on right now, but every time that there's a big list that does this type of thing, like the bird control, like Pidgeotto stuff from before, or any of that sort of denial thing, just remember this was here from the start too. And this set could have ruined everything with those sneak attacks and stuff. Just imagine a more refined setup here. With...
I don't want to run too much of the stuff that I know is blatantly overpowered, just because it's not fun for people to play against.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I mean, there's play to win, but there's also play to have a lot of fun with this, and that's what we want to do. We want to see how some of these other things
Even though I am losing, I am having fun. Yeah,
I mean, the only reason it even sort of went was sort of feeling that way.
Even if it's more of a morbid, okay, let's see where this goes.
Like, that game 2, obviously, I know Azrael says this with me as well. It's like, that game 2, sometimes it's hard to say, or you didn't sound like you're having fun with this stuff there. It was more just like, how the hell do I beat this right now? My hand had nothing. It was like, what am I supposed to do with this? It just... You know, like, okay, survival mode here, right? You've got to just try and think, is there any way that I can do something here? And, yeah, it's tough when you get double colorless like 3 turns in a row.
Yeah, that was dumb.
So it's
I think I started with 2.
Yeah, so, like, I know... A lot of the times when it sounds like I'm not having any fun with it, it's mostly just thinking, I'm just like trying to go through and think, okay, how the fuck do I do anything here, right? It's not even necessarily like, you know, I can't complain. This deck was like no fun allowed, let's be real.
Fucking, I had fun.
Yeah, like fucking Hypno is just insane. I underestimated this card a lot. I think it works a lot better now that we've got this Drowsy, though. I think if you didn't have this Drowsy and not being able to try and stun the opponent with that, the Hypno's not quite as good. But, oh man, when you
It's also
have it,
very hard to build against deck weakness-wise, because Dragonite counters the Psychic weakness.
yeah, like, the Dragonite itself doesn't, but the Dragonair does. So it's like, it's not doing a lot of damage, but it's super big. It's like Kangaskhan big. And it is controlling what you draw, and that's insane, actually. Yeah, we do occasionally.
And it's doing it for 1 energy.
Yeah. So it's even hard to disrupt.
I was trying to remove all the energy I could, and you were still just, yep,
yeah.
1 more.
It's like I've just about got it. This list was so greedy on the energy, though. I need to consider that again next time, but whatever. Anyway, this has gone on forever. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you have at least enjoyed this a decent bit with it, as much as I guess possible with these things. This is by far the longest of these so far, but that's fine. We had a really intense
Had 2
game.
relatively big sets.
We had a really intense game out of this, so. Like I said, if you want to do more with different decks
Yeah, I'm
and
fine
stuff
with doing
later
more
on,
of this.
yeah,
I'm doing more with what we've got here. Gives me more time to get the TTS sorted out as well.
yes, because we probably will be restarting this on TTS because we can save the drafts as like deck objects on there, so we can just save each individual one that we pull. And
I probably need some tutorial on that.
That's
when I
fine.
get that, but
we'll get it
figure it
sorted out. I have a bare bones enough like understanding of it to make it work, so it'll be fine. We'll get it done. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, take care, everyone.